to Asylum Radio with your host, Annabelle Mendoza.
Welcome to AsylumTv. What's up, Pinky?
What's up?
So thanks for coming. I appreciate it. I know you were going to go to a car show, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So let everybody know what you do and who you are.
I am Pinky Swear, and I do all kinds of things. I am a person who does things. I also do part-time. You know what? I'm going to say it openly. I do part-time sex work.
Oh, so you're a sex worker. Okay, cool. I respect that. I am a unpaid sex worker, so I do sex work for free. So just letting you guys know, I 50% off of free all of the time.
Oh, that's my favorite.
You know what's funny is that I think that the sex worker specials are kind of really funny to me.
Dude, yeah. You know, I used to work at a strip club.
Mm.
You know, when I started there, the bouncer was all like, when you work here, it's going to become like a family. And I'm looking at him like, shut the fuck up, retard. Like, you're so stupid. Like, I'm not trying to be a family with you. I'm trying to just have money.
I'm trying to be balling.
Yeah, I'm just trying to make money so I can take care of my kid. I'm just a single mom. You know how we do. And no, it really did end up being that way.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Like, I was there for 2.5 years. And like, I was literally like the freaking house mom. Like, my locker was never locked because I was packing snacks.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
So you were like the mom that had the antiseptic and the snacks and the Tylenol and all that fun stuff. Yeah.
Oh yeah. I had snacks. I had blankets.
Why blankets? It gets cold stripping.
Yeah, we would get cold sometimes.
Makes sense.
But not only that, but some of us, because there'd be times that I would be there from open to close, so that's a 16-hour shift.
Oh, no shit.
Yeah.
So what time does the strip club open?
The one that I worked at, we opened at, 10 or 11?
In the morning?
Yeah.
Holy shit, people go to the strip club at 10 in the morning?
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, dude, especially on Tuesdays when we would sell $2 steaks.
Huh. You know, I always thought people were bullshitting when they were like, yeah, I go to the strip club for the food.
Yeah, no.
But do they legit go to the strip club for the food? Like, legit?
Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Fun stuff.
So, on top of the stripping, what else did you do? Or what are you doing? I know you did modeling as well, right?
Yeah. Before I started doing that, what actually opened me up to being able to do that was just after I had my daughter. Honestly, don't even know how I got in contact with this photographer, but he hit me up. We were talking about doing some photo shoots, and he was like, well, I do nude modeling. Like, I do nude photo shoots. He's like, would you like to do some stuff? And he's like, I want to do some like Betty Page type stuff.
Oh, okay.
Like,
So pinup stuff.
Yeah, like Betty Yeager and everything. So I'm like,
okay.
okay, sure. So he found some like really cute place. I don't even know where. It was like in the mountains or some crap. And
That sounds sketch.
yeah, right. But luckily at the time I was with somebody.
Oh, you took somebody? Yeah, it's a
Yeah.
smart move.
Yeah. So I went with somebody, and I had this like, first I started out with this cute little like leopard like lace number, and then that came off and everything, and like I did a lot more stuff with him, and it just got me really like comfortable with my body and stuff, and like just doing.
So did you always have that feeling with your body, or did it something that you have to build through the photo shoot process and the modeling process?
Yeah, it actually was. It was a buildup. I was not comfortable with myself at all. Like, I couldn't even stand to look at myself in the mirror like naked. Like, I just felt like really uncomfortable and everything. Like, so I was just like, no, like I can't do this. Like even like guys that I would like be in relationships with, like I
You'd be
didn't
shy.
like. Yeah, like I didn't even like being like sleeping naked with them and stuff. Like, I felt really uncomfortable with it. But that all kind of changed like after I started working with him, and he just made me feel like a lot more comfortable. But with him too, like he was like, I don't come on my own to these photo shoots. He's like, I bring a female with me. He's like, I'm gonna make sure that you are the most comfortable that you can be. And then I started working with him a lot more, and then we started doing harem shoots.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
and it was like really cool. Like he would get like 15, 20 girls, and we'd do these big giant shoots, and it wouldn't just be like individual girls. like shooting individuals. Like we'd all be shooting together, and it's like girls of all different types.
So how did he reach out to you? Like, did you look him up, or was it through Instagram, Facebook? Like, what was the process? Because usually not every woman already has like the mindset like, yeah, I kind of want to model. Why not?
Well, I had started modeling. Okay. So my modeling process started, I want to say in my early 20s. I had seen, what was it that? It was a car magazine. It was Car
A writer?
No, Car Culture Deluxe.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah, I had seen it, and I had told my ex-husband when we were married at the time, I was like, I'm gonna get on that damn magazine. I'm like, these ugly bitches can be on here. I'm like, hell yeah, I can be on this. I'm gonna figure it the fuck out. I'm gonna figure this out. I'm gonna do this.
You're like, okay, I think I can do this. And then did he just happen to reach out to you?
Yeah, like I started taking pictures. Like I started taking some pictures, and then I met this girl on MySpace.
Oh, MySpace.
I know. I just aged myself.
There's a generation that have no idea what that is. So for the people who don't know what MySpace is, it's like Facebook, but not cool. If I don't even think Facebook is cool anymore, I think it's just about TikTok, to be honest.
Yeah.
But continue.
Let the old woman speak, right?
You look great. No, everybody thinks you're probably 20.
I know they do, and it's really adorable.
Right? Isn't that great, not being able to show your age?
I know. They always tell me that. I'm like, oh, honey, bless your heart. I could be your mama.
Is that what you do at the bar?
Do no lie.
That's so degrading.
Like these boys come up to me, they're all hitting on me, and I'm all like, ooh, how old are you? I just turned 21. I'm like, oh, that's so cute.
That's so fucked up.
Might have had you in high school. They're like, what? I'm like, how old's your mama? And they tell me, I'm like,
we're the same
I
age.
went to her high school.
I know your mom. I'm gonna call her in a minute.
I graduated with her.
What would you do in that situation? Completely off topic.
Yeah.
Like someone's hot son who's like 21 meets you at the bar.
Okay.
You know their mom. Would you text them, hey, I'm taking your son home. I'll bring him back later.
Like, what kind of Lunchables does he like?
What kind of lunch? Should I pack him a lunch now or later?
Does he like? He likes Cool Ranch, right?
Bless you. There's very few women like that, to be honest.
No, I actually had a situation. Okay, so I've been seeing this meme going around, and I actually had a situation. It's like, I'm old enough to either be your stepmom or be your lady. I had a situation arise where that happened.
Oh.
A father and son. Okay, so I used to work at a pinup clothing store.
Right. Yes. I remember this.
Yes. And a father-son came in, and another one of my coworkers was helping him, but I'm like watching them, and I'm not like watching them like, oh, these is hot men's or anything. I'm watching them because I'm just like,
that's your job.
Yeah, because she's kind of struggling because it's mostly just because the dad is like kind of fighting with her a little bit. Like he's not letting her speak. So I walked over there and I butt in and I'm just like, nah, let me kind of take over this. And he was all like, oh, so you got words to say. I'm all like, yeah, I do.
Oh, shit.
I was like, you gonna buy this stuff. And you gonna like it. And he was like, oh, okay. And then but then the son starts talking to me when the dad walks in.
How old did the son look?
The son, I want to say, was actually 19.
Oh, so barely legal.
Yeah.
Okay. Continue.
And
I like where this is going.
Yeah. So daddy was in the dressing room.
Okay.
And he was trying some stuff on. Son was kind of talking to me. Dad comes out. Then dad starts talking to me. And he was like, wait a minute. Are you talking to my kid? I was like, your kid's talking to me. I'm just being cordial. Because I'm a nice lady.
He's like, is my son spitting game?
Yeah.
So proud of him.
And then what's funny is so I'm kind of chit-chatting with both of them. I'm just a nice person. I like to talk to people.
Right.
And so I'm talking, whatever. And then the dad ends up sliding me his phone number.
Oh, no.
Because he ends up asking me,
Did the son see?
Yeah, he was all like, I don't even care anyways. I don't even care. I got other girls anyways. I'm just like, that's okay, sonny.
I'll be your stepmom in a couple weeks.
I know. I'm like, and you know what? When dad goes to work,
Oh no.
I'm like, what you gonna be doing? You gonna be sitting there at home playing PlayStation. So what are we doing?
Alone with me.
like-
And then I'm gonna get stuck in the dryer.
So yeah, but it was just like, it's just really funny because like people just don't believe my age and stuff. So I'm just like, yeah.
That's hilarious. So when you first started modeling, actually, how long have you been modeling for? Like with everything involved?
Okay, hold on. Without saying numbers like of my age exactly.
Well,
I've been modeling
okay.
for at least 15 years.
15 years. Okay. So that's actually pretty decent. There's a lot of people who are models who have not been modeling that long, and they're not doing so great.
Yeah.
But okay. So when you first got started, this dude hit you up and you started becoming more confident in your skills into modeling. What did you do to get better at it? Because I've been to a photo shoot and I've been with like a professional photographer, and I know you pick up some things like how to pose to look good, like slightly to the left, chin up, so you don't show your double chin or whatever. But did you do anything outside of that to like get your modeling like down?
One of the things they say, they say pain is beauty.
Yeah.
Really, if you are not in pain in the middle of doing a photo shoot or by the end of your shoot, you're not doing it right.
Really?
Because really, like what looks like a simple pose in a picture, you are hella contorted. You really are really contorted in those pictures.
I guess that makes sense.
Because what looks like a simple pose, like being turned to your side and like...
Just feels awkward.
Yeah, it's really awkward, but also too, like you are really arching your back a lot in order to get just a very slight curve of your back. Because we really aren't able to do that. Like naturally, just doing a natural pose,
right.
Our backs are pretty straight. But, you know, unless you're like a freaking gymnast or a ballerina or something like that who's like conditioned your body to do that all the time.
It's difficult.
Yeah. But you have to really contort yourself and like the positioning of your legs. And then also too, there's times where when they take the pictures, you're taking a single shot of like one pose multiple times. So they're taking that same one shot at least 20 times.
Oh shit, really?
Yeah. So I've gotten it down. I can do about 200 to 300 shots in about 20-30 minutes.
That's fucking fast. Okay.
Yeah, but that's not like them just going snap, 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 snap. Like there are pauses, but it's because of the fact that I don't take that long to figure out my angles.
Right. And that's a fast payday for you too if you knock out the photo shoot, right? Right. That's smart. Do you have like a set 10 or 20 poses that you do like Zoolander, just to the left, to the right?
Honestly, for me, kind of.
Like, do you know them? You're like, all right, this one, this one, this one, this
but
one.
it's like I go into like full. It's so stupid. I go into like full like Rain Man mode. Like I don't really know what I'm doing. Like it's like I just go into this mode where I'm like, and I just like start doing stuff.
Yeah.
So it's like it's hard. Like people have asked me, they're like, oh, can you show me how to do this and that and da da da. I'm like, oh, okay. Can you just come with me to a photo shoot?
And then you can just watch me.
Yeah, but it's like if they watch me like as I'm doing it, I can explain it as I'm doing it. But if you're having me like really like just tell you out of nowhere, it's like I really can't. Like I have to be doing it to explain it.
Okay.
But I do mentor people and stuff. I don't mentor people as much as I used to. I'd like to.
So my question is, like, when you first got started, how long did it take you before you started getting paid?
Oh God, it took a while.
Like 6 months, a year, 2 years?
Couple years.
Yeah. Okay.
Like I did get like so I really had to work my way up. And I actually got into doing pageants, like pinup pageants. So I was going to a lot of car shows, doing all like the little pinup car show pageants and stuff. And I started doing those in 2011, 2012. Okay. And I'm still doing them. I haven't done any.
And how do those work, right? Because that's a beauty contest, basically, right?
Yeah.
So what's the criteria to win?
I wish I could tell you. To this day, I still don't know. I've been a judge, And
Wait, how have you been a judge and you don't know?
because I've only judged like 2 of them,
Right.
but the everything is always different. Everything is always different.
Okay.
Because some of the ones that I've been in, some of them are not based on beauty. Some of them are just based on their knowledge. Some of them is based on just how they speak and present themselves.
Interesting.
And then some of them are just solely based on what they look like and what they're wearing. Like,
also, it depends on the organizer of the pageant or whatever.
yeah. And like there's ones that I know when I realize that they're more based off of like, because there's some that are based off of just straight pure popularity. And if it's based off of that,
Like a voting system?
yep.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, I don't do them. Because I'm like, I know people know me, but I'm not going to force people to go and throw in a bunch of votes.
Right.
Like I do try certain ones. There are certain ones that I will go for because they're really big ones.
Mm-hmm.
Like there's a series of contests that I consider like the serious pageant circuit, and they're like the preliminaries, and then there's like the kind of like how like the real big pageants, like there's the preliminaries, there's
Right.
like Miss America, and then there's like Miss Universe, and we do have that kind of set up sort of in
For,
the
like,
pinup community.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And so like there's like the little car shows, and then there's like a big one for a car show that they do at the Pomona Fairplex.
Was that Bohuff or am I
No,
thinking
no.
of something else?
Bohuff is actually is a big one, but that's a step down just from Grand Nationals, the Grand National Roadster Show.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So it's like Bohuff, Grand National Roadster Show, and then I think there's one more, but I can't remember what it is. And then there's Viva Las Vegas. Now, Viva Las Vegas
Viva.
is Miss Universe.
Actually, so I want you to explain Viva to people who've never even heard of it. I'll pull a video up when I can, but
Okay.
what is Viva?
All right, Viva Las Vegas. Let me tell you, people. It is awesome. Like, I love when people tell me that they're going to go, because when I know that they're going to go, I always tell them, welcome to the family. Because when you go to Viva and once you go, you become an avid goer, and you do become a family member of the Viva goers. So Viva Las Vegas is a rockabilly weekender. It's nothing but 1950s, 1940s. You get a lot of 1930s and 20s, but mostly it stays mostly in the 40s and 50s. So you got cars, you got fashion, you got music. It's amazing, and you get people from all over the world.
So I just pulled up a video from 2019. It says Viva Las Vegas 2019 car show, rockabilly weekend. So it is basically a 50s festival all rolled up into one, right? So you get everything from cool cars to beauty pageants to swing contests to like people getting tattooed at different places. You also get fights.
Oh yeah. Oh my gosh.
When the
my
car
God.
clubs get together, sometimes they get a little rowdy, which is fun, right? Because you never know, you might get a cool show. But how is that for you guys, being like you being a model and being around like all that testosterone?
Their testosterone equals my testosterone.
Oh, so you're cool with it.
Oh yeah.
You're just like, all right, cool,
yeah.
let's go.
Like, okay, wait. I have a side
Yeah.
story. So that first picture you saw with
Yeah.
all those girls,
Uh-huh.
I was supposed to be in that picture. I was actually right off to the side.
Oh,
That was actually a
no.
group that a social group that I was a part of.
Uh-huh.
They did not put me in the picture because I wasn't dressed like a girl.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Why?
Because okay, so fun fact, I identify as non-binary.
Okay.
So I'm more gender fluid. I wouldn't say like, cause obviously I'm dressed like hella cute right now,
Of course.
but I'm gender fluid. So I can dress like this, but I also dress like a boy. There's lots of times where my head is shaved and stuff. I slick my hair and I'll have my hair like yours
Okay, cool,
and stuff.
cool.
And that was how I went that day. I had a 1950s vintage men's cabana suit on. So it was like the matching top, like button down top, like Hawaiian top with the matching swim trunks. And that's how I was dressed that day. And they did not like it.
That's messed up. So just because you were dressed not in a dress?
Yeah. They didn't like
that
it, so
kinda
they
sucks.
kicked me out of all the pictures.
That sucks.
Yeah.
Did you bring it up to them? Did they say anything?
Yeah, I talked to the girls that were in my group, and they were like, well, there was nothing we could do about it. I was like, yeah, you could have stepped away and said, hey, if you're not going to include her, then, include them. Then why would you? Then we're not going to do this. But that's not what you did.
That's messed up.
Yeah, so I got out.
Hey, guys, be more accepting of gender fluid people.
Yeah, thanks, please.
That'd be nice. Because I honestly, every year I've been wanting to go. Every year I miss it. It sucks. I get to hear awesome stories. That's how I found out about the, the social clubs getting into a fight. I forgot who it was. I'm not going to say names, but I heard they bumped into each other and it started off friendly and then people were drunk. I forgot what hotel it was at, but there's a video of it. Let's see if I can find it.
If I could get into one of my old phones, I have a fight. I have a video. I have a video of a fight that happened at the Orleans.
Yeah, the Orleans.
Yeah, it was amazing.
It was like 20 guys.
Yeah, it was right by I want to say the alligator bar is where it was. And I had just walked past them just before the first fist was thrown. Like I walked by and then boom, somebody knocked somebody and I was like, "Oh no." And I took off. Found it. And then I managed to, let me see. Nah, the one that I saw was maybe that is the one. What year is that one?
It does not say. It just said it was 2009. This is a while back. Maybe it's this one. This was 4 years ago. Clearly it happens a lot because there's one from like 2019.
Yeah,
There's 20.
It is so funny.
It's just a bunch of guys that get drunk. It happens.
Yeah. Like they crack me up. They're so dumb.
It's part of the scene.
Yeah.
Just FYI to anybody who wants to go and it does not know about the social clubs and because bike gangs go as well, if I remember correctly. Mm-hmm. Like the Vagos, what else? I know some of the Mongols went. I know there was a few like hard bike clubs that go.
Yeah. They're not allowed to wear their colors anymore.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's probably why.
Yeah, they're not allowed to wear their colors anymore. If they get seen wearing them, they get thrown out immediately.
Does that also go for the car clubs? Because I know the car clubs have like their own colors too, but they're not like biker jackets. They're like bomber shirts.
No, they can wear like as long as like there's I know there's a motorcycle club and they're really cool. They can wear like patches or whatever. I guess they have their logos on it, but they're not like allowed to wear. I don't know. It's just weird.
Like if you fall on like an associated list, you can't.
Yeah.
Oh, makes sense. Like Hell's Angels, like anything like that.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Yeah, it's really weird. It's really weird, like how the whole thing is. Like, I don't really know the whole dynamics of how it goes. Like, I just keep seeing stuff where saying, "Oh, you're not allowed to wear anything gang affiliated."
It's just because guys will be guys and they'll get drunk and fight each other.
Yeah, really. And like, I almost apparently the year
before.
Last year, yeah,
I was like, "What happened last year? There's shit going on last year."
I almost got my ass beat
at Viva?
Yeah.
By a gang?
A couple of girls.
Oh shit.
I was not aware that it was gonna happen, but I was made aware.
Pinky? What'd you piss off?
It's because they couldn't handle all these chichis.
You made somebody jealous?
because I was hanging out with this one guy. Like I was with him the entire weekend. Like not someone I was hooking up with or anything like that. Like I was just hanging out with him. Like I don't know. We're stuck together the whole weekend. And we went to go and hang out at one of his friends' setups at the car show. Okay. And it was like 2 or 3 different car clubs all together hanging out. And I'm just sitting there nice and quiet and everything. He's chit-chatting with his friends and stuff. I knew a couple people there, but we weren't like super homies or anything like that. So I'm just sitting there just nice and quiet. And I guess some of the wives' dudes were like checking me out and I guess talking about me. I wasn't paying attention. I'm just drinking my water, just minding my own business.
Like, why are you looking all fine over there, boy?
Yeah. And like the wives are getting all mad at me and stuff. And they're like, you better get that girl out of here, before we beat the shit out of her. Why is she coming over here looking like that? Why is she dressed that way? And I'm just like,
oh no.
But I didn't hear anything. I wasn't like, seriously, it was not there. Like, like ADHD brain. Like I was in freaking La La Land, like just dreaming up all kinds of randomness. Like that would be so cool if I met somebody awesome.
And so while people are plotting your murder.
Yeah, and so my buddy that I was with, he was all like, "Hey, let's go back to the hotel room." And I'm like, "All right, cool." So me, him, and the friend that he went there to go hang out with, we went back up to the room, and his friend was all like, "Dude, yeah, I'm glad we left when we did because those girls were about to knock the shit out of her." I'm like, "Wait,
oh shit!"
I'm like, "Excuse me, what was about to happen?" He was all like, "Yeah," he was like, "Some of the ladies that were there, they were about to knock the shit out of you because of the way you're dressed." I was like,
What were you? Were you still wearing like the men's clothing?
"No."
Were you wearing like a pretty dress?
Yeah.
A revealing dress? Was that what's going on?
Yeah, like it wasn't like revealing. Like okay, I'm sorry, I can't help the fact that I got big old titties.
Okay, so we just got to put that out there. What size are they?
I am a 34 double H.
And they were mostly out.
They were very ample, but like
that's a good word.
Like I was wearing a corset, so of course it pushes everything up.
Yeah.
And then I was wearing a very form-fitting dress, but it was a 1950 style dress.
Right.
And everything, but it's not like nips were popping out or anything like that. It was still very covered and stuff, but it was just very form-fitting. So I had a very hourglass figure going on.
So I can imagine they were staring, and probably all you heard when you were walking by was.
Yeah.
Just staring at tits. It's
Yeah.
okay, guys do that all the time, but if your wife is watching you, bro, don't do it. Don't.
Yeah. That's not my fault. Like, why don't you go knock his ass out? Like, ma'am, I will go over there and help you beat his ass.
Right?
He shouldn't have been looking to begin with. He should have paid me.
in his defense, if some 32 double H you said were just halfway being all voluptuously out, it'd be really hard for me not to stare. I'll give you a good example of that. It took all of my willpower to do this. I brought this up on my first podcast. There was a Playboy bunny that I interviewed here, and she had double D's, and I'm pretty sure this is probably pretty similar to what you were wearing. And it was extremely hard not to stare at her humongous boobs.
Yeah. Like, I get it. Like, I'm not mad or anything like that. Like, honestly, I'm not mad. Like, I stare.
It's hard. That's just in their defense. I know they probably shouldn't have because their wife was there, but it's hard, man. It's okay.
Yeah.
Okay, give us a break.
But like, yeah, I'm not mad at it or anything like that. But it's like, I don't understand women that get all pissed off like that at the female. It's like, okay,
you know
but she
why?
can't help what she looks like, and
I'll tell you why. I'll tell you why. It's because men and women tend to do stupid things all of the time, and I'll let you know that I guarantee he's probably done something in the past that warranted that reaction.
Yeah.
Especially if they're married. She probably already knows. If he's looking, he wants to touch.
Yeah.
That's probably what's going on.
Yeah.
So it's like, but I don't think you deserve to get an ass whooping because you look all fine.
Yeah. But also too, like, I kept thinking, like, I was like, well, if you want to beat my ass, let's do this because I haven't knocked anybody out in a while, and I'm pretty sure that
people at Viva are so rowdy. It's funny.
Legit though, they are, and it's fucking funny.
But let's go back to these pageants, right?
Oh, yeah.
So what exactly is like the prize? Like, what do you win? Like, is it better than doing like a photo shoot?
It depends. Some things, some are better than others. Like, sometimes you can win tickets to go to Viva.
Okay.
Sometimes you win free clothes. Sometimes you win straight out cash. There was one pageant that I did where I won $500 hard cash.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. Some of them you win, you win not just a photo shoot, but you win a photo shoot to be in a magazine.
Oh, okay.
One time I didn't even win the pageant. I didn't win first place. I won second place. And it was so funny because the girl who won, like, she just won her crown. She won her title. And that was the last I ever heard of her. I never saw anything of her ever again. But I won second place, and I made the cover of a magazine. I was the centerfold. I was the inside cover. I was the back cover.
Oh, shit.
Like, and I wasn't expecting that. And then I was also on a a playing card for a deck of cards.
Oh,
with the same
fuck.
pictures
That's dope.
from that day winning that second place title. So it's a matter of who you are too, like how much you even get, because sometimes you will get even a little bit more than what you expect.
Yeah, that's actually really cool, getting second place and you end up on a cover of a magazine, like a centerfold, and your own playing cards. That's actually really dope.
Yeah.
So is that why you did the whole circuit? Because you're like, okay, I can get a lot more than just prize money.
Yeah, like I did. Well, you know what? I did it because, okay, so I was living out my childhood dreams.
Oh, to be a pageant?
I always wanted to be a pageant queen. Like,
oh.
that was always my thing. But my reasoning is I didn't really care about the money.
Mm-hmm.
I wanted the crown.
Aww.
That's all I ever wanted was the stupid crown. And I when I was a kid, I always had money to be able to buy mine. Like, okay, you lived in the IE.
Yeah.
Like ever. Okay, so you remember Fun Corner.
Yeah, I do actually.
I fucking miss that place.
We actually interviewed the guy from Fun Corner.
Nice.
Yeah.
Oh,
before he passed away, I believe.
Aww.
But continue. Fun Corner.
Yeah, so I would go there with my dad. My dad would take me there all the time, like all year long. We would go there all the time and just go check and see what was new. And my dad would just buy random like masks for no reason.
Yeah.
Stuff. And so, but I would be there like looking at, you know how when you walk in through the front off the street, there was the that clear case, right when you walk in, and it had all the tiaras in it. I don't know if you
Actually,
remember that.
I don't, but
Okay.
I remember a clear case. I don't remember what was in it.
All right. Well, I remember, but my memory of like random nonsensical facts and stuff, I have great memory for stuff that is necessary. I don't remember shit. But
My memory is fucking horrible, and I've told people this often.
yeah, I remember shit that I don't need to remember. But that I remember though. But like you walk in and like there's this clear case, and it had all kinds of tiaras and like jewelry and stuff, and like I would always look at it and I'm like, I want one, but I'm like, I want to win one. I don't want to pay for one. I want to win one because it means so much more. And then when I found out about the pinup contest when I got older, I was just like,
Okay, so that's my friend Irvin, and that's Fun Corner. Yeah. For those of you who are wondering what we're talking about, so Fun Corner is our local, well, they're no longer in business, sadly, our local Halloween prop store. So yeah, he's going to interview the owner, who's a elderly gentleman who is a VFX artist for movies and TV for many years. So that's basically where you wanted to buy your tiara from.
Yeah.
But now you wanted to win it.
Yeah.
And did that give you a lot more excitement? Be like, yeah, fuck buying one. I'm just gonna go get one.
Yeah, like I wanted to earn it. Like I'm like, hell no, I don't want to just buy one, because you can buy anything, but there's certain things like the gratification of really earning it, like working hard and earning it. Like, yeah, like how some people, say like, I'm gonna buy that Hermes bag because I worked hard for this money and I made that money to buy that bag. It's like, cool. And you know what? I worked hard to get my outfits together, to get my walk right, to get my speech right, to get, answering my question right, to get that crown, to be able to beat all these other females out there, to get that crown. Like, it sounds stupid and vain, maybe, I don't know. But for me, to have done it, it took a lot because I have a lot of anxiety. And
yeah, just thinking about being on stage is giving me like nervous sweats. That's terrifying. So like the first time you actually did one of these pageants, were you nervous?
Oh hell yeah.
What did you do to get over it, or did the modeling help, or did it like help you transition into going on stage?
It did. The modeling helped. But also like I'm always nervous. Even to this day I still get nervous to go on. And girls always ask me like, how do you get over that? I'm like, I don't. I just push through it. But like one of my little things that I do to kind of help me through it, and it sounds so stupid, but one of the girls actually told me she tried it and it worked for her. I don't go to the bathroom before we go on stage.
Wait, I thought that's like the thing you're supposed to do.
Yeah, but for me, it's because it makes me focus on something other than the crowd and the people out there. Like
you need to take a serious piss.
Yeah. I'm like, don't pee on the stage, don't pee on the stage, don't pee on the
terrifying.
stage. So like I'm focusing on tightening up my muscles, like my stomach muscles and stuff and everything. And then it's like, okay, walk right, focus on walking properly without peeing on yourself.
That's like trying to juggle and like balance plates on the top of your head. That's terribly hard.
But that's also called ADHD.
I guess that's true, right? Yeah, that's terribly hard. So that's your trick that you use to like not be as nervous.
Yeah.
So once you started doing the pageants, when was the first time you won?
It took 7 years.
Took 7 years?
Yep.
Do you have a picture on your Instagram, by the way, of the win? Oh, so let's let everybody know where they can follow you on Instagram. So it is pinup_bunny, correct?
Yes. And bunny is spelled BUNI.
Right. So it's PINUP_BUNI. So do you have a picture of your... I'm assuming you do. I'm just going to get...
Do? Oh, man. It's going to
Be deep in there?
Yeah. Like hella way at the bottom. I like that pause.
I'm scrolling. That wasn't me. That was a scroll bar for those guys at home.
Wow. Look at all that ass.
Yeah, for the people who don't know, you do take very sultry pictures.
Nice. So the reason why there's a lot of ass on there too is at the end of 2019 going into 2020, I had realized that most of my pictures were about my titties. So I was like, you know what? I'm gonna make ass pictures a thing for me.
But there's nothing wrong with titty pictures.
And you know what's funny is, my ass look great in the pictures is hella deceiving. It ain't real.
It ain't real? Really?
Real. It's called posing.
It's called posing.
It's a farce.
Well, see, you need to let people know how to do that so they can take nice pictures of their ass. So, but I'm assuming that's something that you learned along the way, right?
Yeah.
Oh, was that it? Did I pass it? No.
No, it's still way the hell down there, bro.
The scroller is getting really small for those who can't see. But
I had a huge gap where I wasn't posting anything, and then I was posting a lot of random nonsense.
Random, like inspirational quotes.
Yeah.
Girls do that a lot.
No, I don't post anything.
Wait, was that it at the top? Oh, was this it?
No, that was for me to get people to vote for me. Oh. Like if you go through them, they're like really hilarious. Like watch
this one.
So that's cute. That was just from a photo shoot that I did to try to get people to vote for me to make it
like
to
a
stage
promotion?
for Viva. Yeah.
Oh, gotcha.
Get out of that one real quick.
Okay.
Go up a little bit.
Oh, let's go up. Okay, going up.
Okay. Click on the one with the little baby.
This one.
Yeah.
Okay.
You gotta read that one. That one's great.
I'll let you read it.
You see this hand? It's strong. If you don't vote, he'll have to use it. He won't bitch slap you. That's my nephew.
That's a hilarious picture. For people who can't see, it's a picture of a baby reaching out very hilariously to a blanket, looking very shocked. Yes. That's funny.
Yeah. Like everything I post is like.
Is that the stuff that you have to do to like get people to vote for you during like a pageant contest?
Yeah.
Like your own self promotion.
Yeah, and then I have one of like Jesus, and he's trying to tell you to vote too.
Jesus.
No, scroll down.
Yeah, down. Okay.
He's right there. Wait, go back up. He's right there.
Oh, Jesus! It's Jesus. Go ahead, read it. You know you want to.
This is my favorite too. Knock knock.
Who's there?
Jesus.
Jesus who?
Jesus Christ, open the door. I need to vote for Pinky Swear.
Oh my God. That's corny. I'd probably vote for you, yeah.
Dude, I'm not even gonna lie. Like I'm easily amused. Like it's not even funny. Like my kid was like getting so mad at me. Okay, so that's one of my title wins right there.
Where?
Right
this
there,
one?
the bathing suit, yeah.
All right,
so that's a title win right there. That was for Miss Vintage, Miss Venice Vintage. That was a motorcycle pageant.
So this was one of your wins, right?
Yeah.
But not your first.
No, not my first.
Gotcha.
My first win was in 2014, maybe.
And how was that? Like, was it like the whole shebang, or you need to know stuff, look good, get people to vote for you, or was it just look good?
That one was just look good. I know I had to answer a question. I don't remember what the question was, but that one was like the best win. Because one of the girls that was in the contest is a contracted model. Like she is a licensed contracted model. Like she has been on Vogue. She has been.
Oh shit!
Like I want to say she actually works for like Wilhelmina, like modeling agency or something like that. And she is an amazing model.
And was she nice?
Yeah, she was really cool.
Oh, cool.
And I hella beat her.
You're like, you're so nice, but I fucking won.
I'm like, get my crown, bitch.
That's so funny.
Yeah. But yeah, and I won this one. It was cool. Cause it was a motorcycle pageant.
Let's see.
Cause that's me in a motorcycle. I actually ride. Or I used to anyways. Oh, remember how I was saying at that Viva, that girl was going to knock me out?
Yeah.
That's the dress I was wearing.
Oh, that's not that bad.
Yeah, right? That's exactly what I was wearing.
That's, for the people who can't see, I'm assuming you didn't have the victory sash.
No.
But it's like a mid cut. Like a mid cut
that's what
dress.
I'm saying. It wasn't that bad.
It's not Playboy bunny titties out. No, it's not that bad.
But I will say though, by that time when I was wearing that dress, my titties were bigger. So people keep asking me, do you keep getting your tits done? No, God keeps letting them grow, and I wish He'd let them stop.
That's hilarious.
Yeah.
So does your back hurt? Do you have back issues?
Oh yeah.
Yeah?
Oh yeah, that sucks.
Have you ever thought about like getting them reduced?
I've thought about it, but then I thought about it again, and I was like, that costs money, and people like my tits. I like them too, so why?
That's true.
Why ruin a good thing?
That's true, right?
And people pay to see them, so
So where, man, I'm going to have to scroll all the way down, huh? Okay, so you won your first contest, right? And it took you 7 years.
Yeah.
When did you transition from modeling, pageantry, and then into stripping? When did that all fall into place?
It's all in the same time.
So it happened one after another?
Yeah. Actually, the stripping happened
before
the pageants.
Okay, so what led you into stripping? So like you got into modeling, starting feeling good about yourself, and then you're like, I can do this.
I got broke. No, honestly, I got into stripping because I had my kid, and I had to quit my job in order to get health insurance.
Oh no!
I had to get on freaking welfare. My job that I had would not put me on full time so that I could get health insurance. And there was nothing else I could do. And so I kept trying to call insurance companies, and they were like, well, you have a pre-existing condition. I was like, yeah, it's called a baby. Well, are you kidding me? They're like, yeah, we can't give you insurance because of that. I'm like, you're so stupid. So I had to quit my job, and I had to get on welfare. And then that's when the economy crashed in 2008.
Oh, no.
So, yeah, there was no jobs. So I was like, oh, man, what am I going to freaking do? So I was just like, you know what?
So you have a baby.
Yeah. And I was doing it all by myself. I had no help from anybody. So I was just like, you know what? I got to figure this out. So
you're like, I look good.
Yeah.
I'm like, I'm going to start stripping.
Yeah. So I found amateur night.
Oh, that's a thing?
Yeah.
So wait, so girls just walk in and be like, I'm going to strip. And if like, how's that work?
So, hold on, excuse me.
So if girls, like I'm assuming girls walk in on amateur night and they do what?
They strip.
Well,
so so they have a time. They have a time frame. It's usually close to closing.
Okay.
So it's usually like around like midnight, 1 a.m, something like that, on like a Thursday or something. And you go in and they get all the girls together, and they let them have like 1, maybe 2 songs, depending on how many girls are there. And when they do amateur night, it's more like an audition. But when they do amateur night, they get paid. Like they get paid a good amount.
So they don't get to keep what people throw?
No, they get to keep it.
Oh, they get to keep it?
Yeah, they get to keep it. They get to keep what people throw on stage, but they also get a cash prize.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And so I went to a spot in industry, and it was bull. I should have won.
Why? What happened?
The girl who they gave the win to, a bunch of her friends were strippers there already.
Oh, so they put in the fix.
Yeah. So they got the guys that they were already dancing for. They got them to come to her tip rail.
Oh, that sucks. Like, oh, that's my girl. Go support my girl, please.
Yeah.
Bitches.
Yeah. But because the managers realized that's what was going on, they're like, well, we're still going to give you, the money that you're owed, but we're going to actually offer you a job.
Oh, that's sweet. Okay.
Yeah. So I was like, all right, cool. So I did it, but where the spot that I did that at was a full nude place.
What's the difference?
And at full nude, there's no alcohol. But fools be coming in wasted.
Oh shit.
Yeah, or they sneak in alcohol.
And they still let them in?
Yeah, because they don't pay attention. And they just want to make money. So they don't say nothing. And then also too, at a lot of the full nude places, girls be doing extra shit.
Like cocaine. But it's part of the industry from my understanding.
Yeah.
Like I have a couple friends who are strippers and they weren't strippers not that long ago and now they are, and then they show up to my house like so yeah, what are we doing? I'm just like, you good? Do you need a tissue? Like, no, I'm fine. Okay, cool.
Speaking of that, apparently I was an anomaly in the strip club industry.
Wait, you didn't do coke and you were a stripper?
I didn't drink. I didn't do anything. I was hella straight edge.
Really?
Yeah.
That must have, because what? Does the job suck, honestly?
It does, but at the same time, like, so I'm super, like, sexually charged. I love sex. I love, good. It is so weird to say, but since I was probably about like 13 years old, I wanted to be a porn star.
That's interesting aspirations. Did you tell your teacher that during career day? Like, I want to be a nurse. I want to be a teacher. I want to be a porn star.
Yeah. No, it was like my whole thing was because I swear, like I grew up like the ugly sister.
Really?
Stuff. Yeah, I was bullied like all the time. I was the ugly kid, man. Like people always tell me, like,
well,
you're
look
so
at you
funny.
now.
I know, like you're so funny. I was like, I know. I had to learn to be funny and witty and everything because I was ugly. And they're like, well, you're not ugly now. I was like, I know. I'm still funny though. Great.
I still have an amazing personality with these huge tits.
I know.
See, it all works out.
Yeah.
So when you started stripping, like how? Well, first let me backtrack. So this whole amateur night. So you went, you did your thing. How much does an amateur night pay?
It was $500 for the first place winner, and then I think it was like $250 for second, and then like
That's
100,
not bad.
either 100 or 150 for third.
And for 30 minutes, an hour?
No. You only go on stage for a set.
So for like one song.
Yeah, like you do one or two songs. It depends on the place. Because there was another place that I tried to do another amateur night like a couple years back to try to get back into doing stripping again for a moment.
Right.
But they only let you do one song because there was too many girls.
Oh, so they only have so much time before close? Mm-hmm. Gotcha.
Yeah, because if there's not a lot of girls, if there's only like 5 girls, then each girl can do 2 songs, which is a normal set, which is an average set.
Really?
Yeah.
I thought like a set was like 8 songs. Or I don't know. I don't go to strip clubs, man.
Much dancing.
I don't go to strip clubs. Can you tell? I like my money. I'm like, if I'm going to go pay somebody to get naked, like I'm trying to smash. I'm just being honest. I'd rather go buy you food than like give you $20 and you get naked in front of me and I'm just like, I have this boner. What do I do now? Like if they're just like, well, I'm clocking out. I don't know what you're doing. So you started stripping at the city industry or whatever. And how was that? Because that's got to be scary. Because a new job is always scary. But then now you're like a sex worker.
Yeah. Yeah, it was pretty scary. I only worked at that spot for a week.
Oh, you didn't like it?
No. I did not like full nude because again, like I was still getting comfortable with my body and being in front of people like that. So full nude was not my dig, but also too, I had a customer who had come in and we were dancing, like I was giving him a lap dance and everything. He wanted a full nude. And then, he had like a flask or whatever that fell out of his pocket and he was like drunk.
Like shit face.
Yeah, and then he kept trying to like finger me and I'm just like, bro, like what the hell are you doing?
What'd security do? Nothing?
No.
Oh no.
And so I left. I bounced out. I grabbed my stuff. I was like, I'm out, deuces.
And this wasn't even in the private room where shit like that happens?
And then, but one of the bouncers that was there, he was like, well, I work at this club and I work at another one in Redlands.
Right.
He was like, it's the one in Redlands. It's topless. He was like, go over there. You're going to like it better.
It's
over
classier.
There. Yeah. He's like, you're going to like it way better over there. He's like, they do serve alcohol over there, but they can't do anything to you. They watch you a lot better over there. It's much better there. So that's what I did.
So I have a funny stripper story.
Okay.
It was my friend's bachelor party, right? We're a bunch of nerds. He's my best friend. I've known him for years. Him and his wife wanted to do a joint bachelor party, right? So to me, since I'm the crazy one in the group, I'm like, oh, this fucking sucks. The wives are all gonna be here. I'm like, we can't do anything. So what my plan was to get everybody stupidly high and then see where the night went, right? So earlier that day, I got fired from my job, and it was an under the table job, and it was a clothing store, but I also did illegal security for them, right? So like if you stole something, I just took you to the back room, and then you gave the merchandise back, right? So that's how that worked. And they really liked me. So they were just like, okay, so you don't go to like the government and like get us in trouble. Here's your last paycheck. And it was a fat envelope. I was like, so am I getting fired? They're like, yes. And we're giving you, what she said, I think severance or something like that. And I was like, what's that? And I'm young. I'm like 19, 20. Oh no, I was like 20, 21. I was 21. I was like, okay. I was like, I don't know what that is. And then I look and it's just a bunch of hundreds. I was like, that is way more than my $300 paycheck. I'm like, this is like a G. And they're like, yeah, we really appreciate what you did for us. I was like, okay. I was like, so she's like, are we good? I was like, yeah, we're good. I was like, this is the best firing I've ever had. And she's like, don't tell anybody, but we're going under and we're going to be closing the store within like a month. I was like, oh, so we're not going to need you. I was like, okay, that's fine. So I was a little upset that I didn't have a job, but I was like really happy that I just came up on a G. So I felt really weird about it. I was like, I just got fired. Why am I happy? Like, it's so weird. I tell my friends this and they're like, oh dude, we're so sorry. That sucks. You got fired. I was like, yeah, but I got $1,000. They're like, oh, well, fuck you then. I was like, all right. So, I knew about this party that was going to happen, and, I preemptively bought weed. And at the time, we didn't have the fancy weed technology that kids have now, you lucky bastards. So we had to make our own edibles. And unbeknownst to my group of friends, only one of my other friends knew that I was doing this. So we made brownies, right? And we're a bunch of fat gamers, right? So the bachelor party consisted of everybody's wives and girlfriends all sitting together as we played video games and eating snacks. So I went into my friend's kitchen and made some brownies to just throw onto the table. And I said, hey, are you guys planning to drink? And they're like, no. I'm like, well, if you guys are going to get fucked up, don't eat the brownies. And I just said it out there. And since I'm always sarcastic and I'm always cracking jokes, they're like, yeah, whatever. So the night goes on and people just slowly start grabbing brownies and start eating them. And I'm watching everybody slowly start sinking to the couch. And the wives start giggling and laughing. We're all having a good time. I'm like, hey, how are you guys feeling? They're like, I don't know. I feel good. I was like, yeah, those are pop brownies. And they're like, what? I've never done drugs in my life. I was like, yeah, right. But I guess one of the girls in the group really never did drugs before. No. So she was super high. So I kind of felt bad. And mind you, they didn't stop eating them. I made a whole fucking plate of brownies and they ate all of them. Oh, nice. So they got super high. So the night goes on and one of us had a bright idea to go out. We're like, oh, we should all go out. We should all do something. Mind you, we're stupid high. Yeah. None of us are capable of driving at this time. And I was like, why don't we go to a strip club? I just threw it out there. I didn't think it was going to stick. Mm-hmm. And then surprisingly, the girls in the group, all the wives, like, yeah, let's go. All the guys were like, wait, is this a trap? Like all of them looked at me. I'm like, yeah, they said it's fine. I'm like, bro, like, I don't know what to tell you. If your wife says she wants to go to a strip club, are you going to stop her? Yeah. And they're like, oh, we're not going to a guy's strip club, are we? And we're like, no, we should just go to like a female strip club that's like not whatever. And none of us have ever been to one at the time. So have you seen the Spearmint Rhino?
The one in Rialto?
Yes. Like your reaction says it all. Yeah. So we managed to all pack ourselves into a car. And one of my friends who's volunteered to drive, he was still super high. I don't know how we got there. He drove maybe like 10 miles an hour the entire way. We get out, right? Oh man, they fucked me so good. So the doorman saw me and smelled me and he's like, are you okay? Because we ate the weed. We didn't smoke it, so we didn't smell. So he was like sniffed me because we were acting dumb, super stupid. He's like, "Are you guys okay?" I was like, "Yeah, man, we're good." We're all giggling, laughing, and like, "Oh my god, we're going into the strip club." We're grown ass adults, giggling and laughing like teenagers. We're doing something bad, and the guy's like, "Okay, it's gonna be $10." And I was like, "Okay, cool." So I pulled out my envelope, right, of like $100 bills.
Shit.
And he sees it, and he just smiles, and he gets behind the counter. And he goes, "Do you want me to break that?" I was like, "Yeah." So I hand him 100, right? What he should have done is went 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 times 10. Here's your change. He goes, breaks it, gives me like, I want to say like $90 in ones. And he goes, "Okay, who's next?" I'm like, "Oh, I'm paying for everybody." And he goes, "Okay, give me another 100. And I gave him another 100 and gives me like another $90 in ones. So by the time I got done, my dumb high ass had a fucking stack 3 inches tall of ones. Like, I was like, "Wait, what the fuck's going on here?" And he's like, "Well, enjoy your night." I was like, "Okay." So I walk in holding this fat ass wad, staring at it because I couldn't fit it back into my pocket.
Oh, shit.
So the girls saw this, and it was just like bees to honey.
Yeah.
And we were just trying to be sneaky and be high in the background, laugh at strippers and be like, "Oh my God, we're at a strip club." And then all of them came to our table. All of them.
Yeah.
It was bad. And I specifically remember my friend, I'm not going to say his name because he's probably going to watch this podcast. So he's very shy. And there was one particular stripper who was trying to get his attention. I don't know why she chose him, but it was him. And we make fun of him because he doesn't talk to girls a lot, at least in front of us. Yeah. So we're like, "Do it, bro. I'll pay for it. Here." I was like, $30, go. Nice. And she was just like, she went to town, and he just stood there like, "What's going on?" That's cute. And I kind of fucked up because I was stupid high. There was one girl who went around who caught my eye. Super cute, white girl, really small, petite. I was like, "Oh, she's super cute." I was like, she comes around, she sees me, she talks to me. She's like, "Hey, do you want a VIP lap dance?" Didn't offer just a regular lap dance. She's like, "Do you want a VIP lap dance?" Because she knows I have all the money. She's like, "If I get this guy to come with me, he's fucked."
Yeah. So
that's basically what happened. I was like, "Yeah, guys, should I go? Should I go?" And they're like, "Yeah, man, just leave some of the cash here." I was like, "All right, cool. Here's like half." Yeah. I was just like, threw like a whole bunch of cash on the table and I walked away. I was like, "So what's a VIP lap dance?" Mind you, I've never been to a strip club before in my life. And she's like, "Oh, well, you pay for a certain amount of songs. It's usually 3 to 5. And then we go into our own room and I give you a lap dance." I was like, "Okay, cool." So we go back there, and you've heard about Spearmint Rhino, right?
Oh, yeah.
You know how bad it is, right? Okay, so what ended up happening was she's giving me a lap dance, and then next thing I know, my dick is out, and I'm like, "Wait, is this normal?" And she's like, "Yeah, don't trip. It's just going to be another like $10. I was like, "Oh, okay. Well, my dick's already out. So I guess here's $10. Like, what the fuck do I do now?" And long story short, we had sex in the back room. And the fucked up part was that security walked in and just looked. He goes, "You guys good?" And I was just like, "Yeah, we're good. I don't know. I guess we're doing this." Yeah. He's like, "All right, cool." And he just walks away. And I was like, "All right, cool." I bust a nut. She cleans off. She's like, "Well, that's going to be $25. I was like, "Okay, cool. Here you go." I'm high as fuck. I have no idea what happened. I was like, "Okay, cool." And I put it away thinking I was being smooth or whatever. I guess I was gone for like an hour, half an hour. And my friends were like, "Dude, where the fuck were you at?" So while I'm walking back, my friend who was the closest to me, he's like, "Why are you pulling down your shirt?" I was like, "Oh, no reason." So it was still hanging to like inside of my pocket. And he's like, "Oh, you got a boner, huh?" I was like, Yeah. He's like, "You're gone for a really long time. Did you fuck the stripper?" I was like, "I don't want to talk about it." Until this day, they still don't know if I did or didn't. But guys, yeah, I fucked the stripper. Yeah, that's what happened, guys. She took me for at least $100.
That's funny.
So that's my experience with strippers. It was very yeah. So, but you went to a nice classy place, right? You're just like,
Yes.
oh my God.
Yes. Yes.
It's a much better place.
Yes. Yes. Because I know all those places and all the stuff that's ever happened, and at my location, stuff like that rarely ever happened. Because like the way that it's like we had a VIP room, but you could see into it.
Oh, okay. They didn't have like a little cover.
Yeah, like you could see, like, because there's like a 2-way mirror or whatever.
Uh-huh.
And so you can like see in, like, so the managers can watch you. There's a camera in there, so managers can watch you. And our managers were really good. And what ended up being really funny is when I started working there, I was getting cool with the managers and everything. Ended up finding out one of the managers is friends with my brother and went to high school with my brother and is homies, like good homies with my brother's wife.
Uh-huh.
And then one of the other managers, I never met him. I never saw him at any family parties, but apparently he's like good friends with a bunch of people in my family. I'm like,
no.
And I'm just like, so I told these motherfuckers when I found that out, I was like, don't you ever tell any of my aunts and uncles that
no.
I was like, none of those motherfuckers know. Don't you say shit. I was like, my daddy ain't here no more, but please don't say nothing.
And what'd he say? He's like, well, I guess.
Yeah, no, they never said anything. They were like, no, we'll keep it cool and everything. And then, like, I remember one day one of the guys came and like, hey, you going to Mo's birthday party? And I was like,
oh. So he was like in the mix all the time.
yeah. And I was all like, oh, well, I didn't know my uncle was having a party, but I guess if, you're inviting me to my family's parties and stuff, sure.
That happens a lot with Mexican families or Latin American families. It's like, wait, I'm family. I'm not even getting invited. And this dude who's not family is invited. Like, what the fuck's going on here?
Yeah. But,
so how was it though? I'm assuming it was a nice classy joint that didn't allow sex in their back room.
Yeah, no, they did not. Like, it had happened. There had been times where that happened, but those girls that did happen with, they were ejected.
Because okay,
out.
so I felt personally like I was coerced.
Yeah.
Because I was stupid high, and she knew I had a gang of money on me. So I was just like, well, in any other instance, right? Like if a girl whips it out and like starts sitting on it, like I don't know what else to like. Yeah, I guess this is happening.
Yeah. Well, that's like what happens. That's what's to be expected at a full nude place, though.
Oh.
Because that's what it was. That's what Rhino is. It's a full nude place.
Oh, right.
Yeah. And then also like one of my friends, she had recently told me that a strip club was open. She was like, "Oh my God, the strip clubs are open again!" And I was just like, "Bitch, which one?" And like she lives out in Upland.
Uh-huh.
So I don't know why I was like expecting her to tell me like somewhere out in LA or whatever, but I didn't even think, oh, the one on freaking Foothill.
Oh,
Tropical Lay.
Yeah, I've seen it.
Yeah, and like I was like, oh, the STD.
The STD.
Like that place, like seriously, like it was funny. I went on a little tour of like a bunch of strip clubs because I was trying to find like a new spot to go to. And I went there and they did not let me work there because they were like, you seem really nice and innocent and adorable and we don't want to ruin you.
Oh no.
And from what I had learned there is when they hire on new dancers, they act like as if they're Planned Parenthood. They're like, hi, you're hired. Here's a bag of condoms.
No way.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
That's fucking scary. So what? They're just like, but how does that work as a business though? Like okay, let me start from the beginning there. Yeah. Like, okay, as a stripper, do you get a set schedule?
No. Yeah, well, no, you don't get one. You do have to set something up because you do have to work there X amount of days for X amount of time. But
I'm assuming your big days are Friday, Saturday, Sunday, right?
You would think so, but no, because like I said, remember how I told you that the like Tuesdays was like the $2 steak days? Yeah, that would be a big day because we really did have a lot of people who would come in for those $2 steaks. So like Tuesday was a day, Friday was a day, and of course Saturday was a day. If we had a feature entertainer.
Oh, okay. So like someone who came in or flew in or whatever.
Yeah, that would be a day. Then if we had any kind of other, like some kind of other event, for whatever reason, like sometimes like X1039 would
They
come in.
went.
Oh yeah. Like I made friends with Bobby Sato.
What up, Bobby Sato?
And sorry, I probably shouldn't have said that, but
He's like,
cool.
I don't know her. I've never been to a strip club in my life.
No, me and him were cool. He's a good guy. I liked him.
So once you guys do your set schedule or whatever on your days, I'm assuming
Yeah.
you want to go on the busy days, right?
Yeah.
How many hours are you supposed to work, or is it like whatever you're in and out whenever you want?
You have to work there at least, I think it was like a minimum of 20 hours a week.
Okay.
Or at least you had to be there 3 days.
Mm.
Yeah, you had to either work a minimum of 20 hours or you had to be there at least 3 days. So you could come in for like 3 hours, like every day or whatever, as long as you were either there for 3 days or you were there for 20 hours.
I guess that's not a bad schedule. Pop in. Oh, it's not pop in. I'll just sit here.
Yeah, and it's like not bad, but like, you know, it would suck sometimes though too, because then you also have your day shift and you had your night shift, and that was the thing too, is like they needed people to be there during the day, and people were like, I don't want to work during the day, I don't make money during the day.
Yeah,
but
that's
then
true.
there were some girls who were like, I won't work during the night, like I only work during the day, because there were some girls who only made money during the night, during the day.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah.
Was it because they had like a set client base already? Mm-hmm. Oh.
Yeah, because there was like some girls who had like guys like that, because some girls too would bring guys in that, again, aging myself, AIM, that they would talk to.
Oh, on Instant Messenger?
Yeah, Instant Messenger.
Why, the only reason I know this is because it got brought up last time, and it's like stored in my temporary memory.
Yeah. So, so they would like talk to people from there,
Uh-huh.
or like, or they somehow managed to meet somebody from like, or talk to somebody
Online.
from Craigslist, yeah, from somewhere, and they start talking to them, whatever, and then that person was like, well, I'm only free on, you know, whatever these days, you know, in the morning.
And then they just show up.
Yeah, and they show up on those days.
That's smart. That's a good
Whatever.
business move.
Yeah. So
And okay, so you can. Was there like a preference for people? Like, did management go, "Hey, you're not doing so hot. You're on days,"
No.
or no? So it was just like between the girls.
Mhm.
Was there a set limit on days that like only so many girls can be at the club? Nope. So as many people that are hired can come on. Oh, that's pretty
yep,
cool.
there would be some times where like we'd have like a Friday or Saturday, and literally every girl was there on a Friday or Saturday night, and like every girl
shit.
we had, so there would be like 30 girls there.
Oh shit. Okay. And do it like, let's say you're on a shitty day, right? Do you get paid for your day, or do you only get paid for what you make?
So the way you get paid, it's not hourly.
Uh-huh.
So you get paid for what you get, you know,
So
when you get
what-
paid. Like if you got dances, then you
Uh-huh.
got, so every place is different on their percentages, but you get paid a percentage of your dance. So some places, like let's say you get a $20 dance.
Okay.
Some places you only pay $1 off of that, so you'd get $19. Some
That's pretty
places
good.
you'd actually pay a actual percentage of that. So you'd be like 20% or 19% or 5% of that or something.
Right.
But the one that I worked at, it would be like $1 off
That's not
of
bad.
that dance, or $2 off of that dance.
Mm.
And when you would do it, you would actually pay them up front. You can either pay them up front,
Like
or-
before you leave.
yeah, like, well, no, when you go to when you go to the back to go dance with them,
Uh-huh.
because you don't lap dance with them on the floor.
Right,
There's
right.
dance
Like places.
seats and stuff. Yeah. So you can either pay the bouncer when you're walking back there the fee,
Mm.
or you can tell the bouncer to tally you for your time there,
Yeah,
and
They break it down.
yeah, they break it down, and then when you're gonna leave, then you pay them out. So it's up to you the way you want to do it. Some places, there was one place that I worked at. I want to say it was in Fullerton, but I don't know what it was called, or at least I don't even know if it's even there anymore. But I worked there, and the way that it was is that the customer would go to the bartender and get tickets, like those little raffle.
So the
tickets.
money doesn't even exchange hands. It has to
Yeah.
go that way.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So then you'd have to hold on to all these little raffle tickets, and then you'd cash out your raffle tickets at the end of your shift.
That's smart.
Yeah.
Well,
But sometimes it wasn't though, because they would, like, if you lost your raffle ticket, you lost your fucking money.
Dang, so you just like lost the straight up dance.
Yeah, and even if that bartender knew that you had that, or if the DJ knew, because sometimes the DJ would have to do it, if they knew you had that ticket and you lost it, they don't give a fuck. They're like, we got our money.
That's funny.
Like, you would lose out.
So on a good week, how much were you usually making at like stripping?
All right, so we're gonna get to that part.
Yeah, because there's a lot of people who are like seriously debating being strippers.
All right, so other girls made a lot of money. For me, I was hella a minimum wage stripper.
Wait, what? Is that a thing? A minimum wage stripper?
That's a thing I made up. Because I didn't try that hard. Because like.
So you didn't do like fancy tricks. You didn't like blow out ping pong balls or anything.
No, I didn't do that. But like I did. Okay, so I made my money on stage.
Okay.
Mostly because I can't hide this face and my expressions and my not wanting to talk to people.
So you had like a chronic bitch face look.
Yeah, and I'm just like, oh my God, are you done talking? Do you want this dance or not? Like, I really don't care about what's going on in your life. Like, ooh, okay, your cat's doing things.
Oh my gosh, people talking
your
about
mom didn't give you spaghetti today. Ooh, fuck, okay. I don't care. Are you gonna spend money or not, bro? Like, if you're not gonna spend money, then fucking walk away. But you have to be all nice and everything, and I'm just like, I don't wanna be nice to you.
That's fucking hilarious.
So I made most of my money on stage. So I would do like routines. Like these girls, like they do when they're on stage, they are doing routines. Like if you come back frequent enough and see certain girls and watch them and watch when they do songs, you'll realize that their songs, they actually do routines with these songs.
Right.
But mine's were like full on production.
Oh shit.
Yeah, like when I finished working at the club, my very last day working at the club, I ended the night, I closed out the club with a burlesque set.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
And how are you a minimum wage stripper? It's
just because you make most of your money on lap dances.
Oh,
like,
is that how that works?
Yeah, people think you make all your money on stage work and everything because that's when you see people throwing money in the air.
Yeah, that's what I assumed.
Making it rain. No. Because that's all dollar bills.
Right.
You make your money in the lap dances because you can sit there and make, what, $100 dancing for 5 songs. And the songs are not the full songs.
Right. Just like a minute,
people are all
2
like,
minutes.
oh, I'm going to make this girl dance to a 5-minute song. Yeah, you can find all the 80 songs that you want that are freaking 5-10 minutes long. You do know that they cut that into a 2-minute song. Some places only cut it into a minute and a half.
Oh, shit. Really?
You don't get the whole song.
So was that like your conscious decision to like not do lap dances, or was it just your customer service skills were just like, nah, fuck these people?
Yeah, it was mostly that.
It was mostly the customer service side.
Yeah, it was like this. There were just so many people though that would come in and like I would make money on lap dances and everything, but it was just like my choice. Like the people that were there were just like so ugh.
Scummy.
And I'm just like,
yeah.
ugh. And then
that's like another thing, right? So on top of having to deal with like you being completely nude or partially nude, you still have to deal with dumbass drunk people, right?
Yeah.
Ugh.
Yeah. And then like I said, I don't drink. I don't smoke.
And you were sober.
Yeah.
Eek. Oh.
Yeah. So that's what I'm saying. I was like, there's no controlling this. And
nothing to blunt the trauma.
Yeah. And then like the people that I really did like a lot were the really weird, awkward, creepy guys.
Oh, why?
Because like I could be really creepy and weird with them. And they were just like,
they're cool with it.
Yeah, because they're like, she's just like me. She's normal. I was like,
she's
not normal. You're weird as crap, but I'm enjoying this. You're giving off these weird, creepy vibes that just get me.
So funny. And I'm assuming you got a decent good tip from the weird, creepy guys. Yeah.
There was this one guy. Oh, he was my favorite.
Why?
Because he was so virginal and like I love virgins. It's so.
Oh no.
And like girls always get
Are
like.
you a cherry popper? Is that what's going on?
I am.
Do you hunt cherries? Gentlemen, hide your boys. That's fucking hilarious.
I don't like the baby ones though. I like the older ones.
The older cherries.
I'll train
Thank you.
you. I have no problem.
You're doing a great service to the human race.
Okay, side story.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't say it was a relationship. I was dating a guy. We were only together a couple months. He had a friend whose little brother was like crying and everything that he couldn't find a girl. He wanted to lose his virginity and everything. Oh. And I told him, I was like, you know what? If you don't mind, if you want, I'll sleep with him. I'll take one for the team.
What?
And
ladies and gentlemen.
Well, he didn't let me.
Oh.
I really wanted to because the boy was really weird and like awkward and stuff. I was like, this is going to be really fun. Just like ruining his whole life for all women ever in the world.
Okay. So why would you ruin him forever? What were you going to do to the poor lad?
What wasn't I going to do? There's nothing I won't do. There's only one thing I won't do.
And what's that?
What?
What won't you do?
Well, yeah, I was saying what? In
the ass.
Yeah,
in the ass.
Yeah, no, I won't. Don't go there.
Hey, everybody has their limits, but damn, you were gonna scar that poor man.
Yeah, and like I'm hella into it all and stuff. Like,
well,
yeah.
So why do you say no?
Because he was like, "You're my girlfriend. You're not supposed to have sex with anybody but me." And I'm just like, "I'm not trying. I'm just trying to help a brother out.
That's
he's
fair.
crying. He's literally crying, and he's your best friend's little brother. Don't you want to help a friend out?"
At the back of your mind, he's like, "If this plays out, it's going to be the best day of my life." In the back of your mind, you're like, "I'm going to ruin this child."
I know. But at the same time, like he's probably thinking like, she's gonna tie him down and everything and do all these things that she does to me, and I can't let her do that. I can't let that happen. Only I'm allowed to get choked out and slapped like a bitch.
God, that's fucking hilarious. That's hilarious. For those of you who don't know, you're a dom, correct?
I am.
Yeah. So, for all the vanillas out there, she's the aggressive one in the sexual encounter, right? So you can imagine what would happen to a poor, innocent, unexperienced Cherry. It'd be like running into a sexual villain in the hallway.
Oh my.
Yeah, I can see that happening. Which, hey, there's a lot of guys who are into that. There's a lot of guys who are into that.
Oh yeah, I know.
And then there's a lot of guys who aren't into that until they get like tied down and choked and slapped and shit. But
Yeah.
I'm not gonna name any names, even though I know a couple names. But so after you started working there and you started doing your whole burlesque show,
Yeah.
how much did you end up pulling?
It really varied. It really did, especially too because our location was kind of weird. So our location was in a very neighborhoodly area.
Can you pull the mic just a little closer? There you go.
Let me bring it a little closer.
Just a little bit closer to your mouth. There you go. Don't deep throat the mic. I know it's black, but God.
That's how I like it. You don't want to hear what the back of my throat sounds like?
For those who, sure, let the audience hear the back of your throat. Ready? Go.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk.
You're very talented. I didn't hear a gag reflex in that at all. Mind you, this microphone is thick, boy. Thick.
Anyway.
So.
We were in Redlands. Like downtown Redlands, like near State Street. So, it's like all cute and like farmers markety and
I think I know where it
family
is.
stuff.
Yeah.
So they were actually lobbying to try to get rid of the club.
Oh.
So it was hard. It was really hard there. Because, people were
didn't like you guys.
Yeah.
Did you guys have like a church outside having you guys like, hey, you guys are sinners, you and your sexual ways?
Yeah.
Yeah, I can imagine.
Yeah. Like it would be funny. It was funny. Like sometimes they'd have us go outside with signs. with like the stake signs and stuff, and
like 50% off Tuesdays. Like wearing like nipple stickers.
Some girls would do that, but that was only the girls that barely had titties.
Oh, that's counterproductive. No offense to anybody who doesn't have humongous mother milkers.
Like, no, I'm not even gonna lie. Like, there's times where I go to like stores and stuff like that, and I see the clothes. I'm like, I wish I didn't have titties. Cause like so much cute stuff, and I'm
Everything
just like,
fits.
man.
You don't got to worry about it.
No, like there's so much stuff. Like, okay, like I love Lolita fashion.
Oh, okay.
I love it so much, but I just turn out looking like a crazy hentai character. Like, not that that's a bad thing either, but I kind of want to look sweet and innocent.
Okay, so I can imagine that. Okay, yeah.
But like I don't want to look like I need to be fucked all the time. I want you to talk to me to find out that I need to be fucked all the time.
Yeah, see, there's a process.
Yeah.
There's a process to this.
Yeah. I want you to find out that has to happen, not look at me and go, it needs to happen.
There's viewers writing this down right now. They're like, make sure I talk to her before she wants to get fucked. Okay.
I have an Amazon wish list. You can get anything you want if you buy that.
There's an Amazon wish list, ladies and gentlemen, if you guys want to talk to her. There you go.
Link in the bio.
So your take home would be more like varying.
$500 would be about a day.
That's fucking good.
I could do. Sometimes I wouldn't even take home anything. There would be times where they would be like, "Girl, you don't." Yeah, I wouldn't, and we'd have to pay stage fees too.
Right.
Unless you came in the morning, unless you opened the store, the store.
Open the club.
Yeah, if you opened the club, then you didn't have to pay a stage fee.
Mm-hmm.
But if you came after like 1 o'clock or something like that, then you had to pay a stage fee. But yeah, there'd be times like if I came later and I didn't make anything, then they wouldn't charge me the stage fee at all.
You seem very well adjusted to be a stripper, because I know strippers and they're all a little off, right? Not in a bad way, but in a way where I know they're probably doing coke and they're probably not making amazing life decisions, and you don't seem that way to me.
No, yeah, you know what? You're not the first person to say that, but it's just due to the fact that, like I said, is that just like a stereotype that I'm having? Am I being stereotypical, or is it like a thing? No, it is a thing. It is a thing. Like girls who are really like into it and everything, but like they don't know. There is a mental process to being in that industry, to being in the sex industry.
Right. There
is a mental process to it, and some people can't handle it, but some people like continue to do it because they think they can, but they're handling it all wrong.
Right.
I have my own mental issues. I have depression. I have anxiety. I have been sexually assaulted.
At work or like in general? In
general.
Okay.
I've had things happen to me and stuff, and it did happen actually at the club.
Oh no.
But I'm not a victim.
Right.
Even though I was raised by someone who was a victim, and me and my siblings were raised to think like victims, I'm not a victim.
Well, that's good that you have that mindset.
Yeah, like I'm not a victim of anything. Stuff happens and you push through it, but you got to find the right ways to get through things. And I'm like, my whole thought process is, I wish a motherfucker would.
Well, that's a good mindset to have, because I know a lot of people who have been abused, and they're like, you could tell it broke them. Like they're not as strong mentally.
Yeah.
And it's a big part of them, and they can't push past that. But if you were able to like understand, like, okay, I don't want to be a victim, I'm not going to let it change me. That's a really good thing to have, because a lot of people can't get to that point in their life.
Yeah.
It always like changes the way they are.
Yeah. But also, like, I've learned to use it to my advantage too. Mm-hmm. Like I've used it in certain manipulations.
Oh, how so?
Like working in that industry too. Like guys sit here and tell me all this stupid stuff. Like, oh yeah, I want to see your titties. I want to do all this stuff to you, and and then I just go, oh yeah, link in bio.
You have to be a good business person to be in the sex industry. I've noticed this, right? Because you have to be able to balance your emotions because of the customers being complete idiots.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Because there's guys consistently sending dick pics, I'm assuming, talking dirty to you, treating you as a sexual object, which I guess comes with the territory.
Yeah.
But you still need to be able to go. You can't tell them all to fuck off because then you have no client base.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So you kind of have to manipulate them and thinking that they can get closer to you.
Yeah.
Or by supporting you in the link in the bio below.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. So like I'll talk to them and like they'll message me and be like, "Oh, I want to be your friend." I'm like, "Okay, cool. Let's be homies, man. What's up? What's going on? You know, what's good?" And then like all of a sudden it turns into like a sexual conversation. I'm like, "Oh, okay. This is where we're going. This is where it's headed, huh?" And then like, so I have been really fortunate and I have never gotten a guy who just randomly out of nowhere sent me a dick pic.
Really?
Yeah. I've gotten guys who have asked me if it was okay to send them, for them to send me one. And I tell them, I was like, kindly, no, thank you.
That's surprising because I hear the complete opposite of that.
Yeah. And I'm just like, wow, why am I not that girl that just, a guy just says, "Here's my dick." And I'm just like, but they're like, I get the ones that are like, "Hey, can I send you a picture?" I'm like, "Oh, no thanks."
No, thank you.
But like, depending on like, if I'm like around a bunch of people, then I'm just like, "Yeah, dude, totally send it." So then I'm like, guys, like, look.
I knew it. They show everybody. Guys, don't do it. They're going to show all their friends.
And regardless of what he just said, you're still going to do it.
Yeah, they're still going to do it. They're still going to do it anyways.
Yeah. But yeah, so like I'll do that, and like sometimes I'll like after they've done the first one, and I'll start to egg them on and be like, "Hey, yeah, send me another one. Hey, you know what? Just send me a video.
No.
Send me a video of you like holding it in your hand. Send me a video of you jerking off. Send me a video of you doing stuff." And like I'll like make them do all kinds of stupid stuff, and they're like, "What are you gonna do for me? What are you gonna do for me?" I was like, "Nothing. I didn't. No, you started this. You wanted to do this."
Do you just send them a link to your stuff? And just
no, I just tell them link in bio.
Oh my god!
And
they
like,
get so mad, right?
Yeah, sometimes they'll get mad and they're like, "Well, what do you want from your thing?" I was like, "I want everything.
All
just
of
pick
it.
something.
Buy anything."
And then like if they'll say, "Well, what if I if I want a picture of like your titties or something like that?" Then what? Then what do I have to do?
Like, what's a good exchange?
Yeah, so then I go through a pay rate.
Oh, okay, that's fair.
Like literally, like some guys will like start asking me dumb questions, and then I'll send them a pay rate. Like I have a set up pay rate.
Like an itemized breakdown. That's hilarious.
Yeah, and people ask me that too, and they're like, "How do you come up with this?" I was like, honestly, it's so funny because I actually based it off of when I worked at the strip club.
Oh, that's fair.
Yeah, because I do a lot of stuff. Because like I said, like so, it started out with me doing the nude modeling, and then I got into the stripping, and then like I do the pageants and everything, which is all the cute, fun stuff, the wholesome stuff, and then now I'm into doing a premium Snapchat.
Oh, premium Snapchat.
Yeah, and that's more of a side hustle. That's just to like if I want like quick cash.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, like I'm not doing it to have it as a job.
It's just like a side thing.
Yeah, it's a hobby side thing.
Does it do well? Does it pay well? Or is it like
it can when I want it to. When I want it to. When I want it to. Yeah.
Oh, that's good. So how does that work? Like.
So for that, people always ask me like, "Why don't you do OnlyFans? You should do OnlyFans." I'm like, hell no, I'm not doing OnlyFans. I'm not giving them my money. They're like, "What do you mean?" Those who don't know, you have to pay into OnlyFans.
Really? So to have an account, you have to pay
you have like to get was it $10.99? You have to pay taxes.
Oh,
you have to do taxes. I'm not paying the tax man.
Oh, that sucks.
Hell no, I want my money.
So
I want my money and I want it now.
So how does it work? All right, so if you want a premium Snapchat, do you have to like do anything?
Yeah, so premium Snapchat is not a real thing. Okay.
Oh,
so premium Snapchat is just what I'm calling it. So you can go to my regular Snapchat. And what I do is if you want to be part of that premium part of it, I add you to a private group.
Oh, okay.
So I have my regular one that's my basic profile that everybody can see, that I could post everything, all my pictures, all my daily pictures and everything on whenever I want to post stuff, my normal everyday story. And then there's the private story. So if you want to be a part of that, you can do, so there's like I said, there's a breakdown. So you can pay the monthly fee.
Okay.
Which the monthly fee is
a subscription.
Yeah. So I have a subscription. So it's like $25 a month. And I'll post a bunch of stuff. Like I'll post pictures, I post videos.
Right.
And I'll just post a bunch of random stuff. Sometimes I'll do throwbacks because if I get lazy and I don't want to do a bunch of stuff.
Right. Because you don't always feel like getting pretty.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'll just throw a bunch of old stuff out. It's like they give a shit.
That's true. Titties are titties.
Yeah. And so I'll do that. And then I'll ask, like I'll post a picture up and I'll say, hey, do you guys have any suggestions on anything? And do you have any ideas? Like, do you have any set ideas? Some people will send me ideas, and then I'll tell them, I'm like, if somebody has something super specific that they've never seen me wear, I'll ask them, I'm like, go to the link in my bio, go to my Amazon wish list. If you see any of those items there, purchase them. I'll do that for you, and I'll take, you don't have to pay for the subscription, or I'll send you private stuff. Specific things. So I'll give them incentives for buying certain things off of my wish list.
So if they're not doing subscription based, what are their other options? So
if you're not doing subscription based, what you can do is you can still be a part of the private story if you decide to buy items off of my wish list.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because I'm more of like a gift whore. Because really I want it. I just
want more things.
Yeah, because really it's just for like if I just want cute stuff, like more like outfits and stuff, more stuff to wear for the shoots, just to buy myself like fun stuff,
nice things.
Yeah, because my jobby job is just to pay the bills.
It's a jobby job. No one likes talking about their jobby job.
Yeah, that's just for doing my life.
Yeah,
but doing this because like I love sex work. I do. I love it.
Enjoy it.
I do. I super do. Like, I honestly, like, I want to get into doing, like, I would like to add people to my private thing. I would like to have a partner who will come in with me and do stuff.
Okay.
You know, both male or female.
Okay.
So that would be like fun. Cause I did have a couple little videos that I had posted up recently, of someone who we were driving in the car, and it was just like an upskirt thing of them just kind of playing with my junk.
Oh, nice.
And stuff. Yeah. So I want to get into doing. Yeah. And so I want to do like more stuff like that, but like I love and enjoy sex, everything, because it's an amazing thing.
And it doesn't get like tiring, like hearing dumbass people do dumbass things. Like, just, I know you said you don't get a lot of dick pics, but a lot of dudes are probably being really cheap. I heard that that's like the biggest thing that sex workers have to deal with, is actually getting the men to buy the subscription, buy the whatever it is that you need. Is that like a big issue?
Yeah, because they try to like they'll message me and they're like, oh, well, what's up with the subscription? What's up with like how much is everything? And I'll tell them, they're like, oh, well, never mind then. I'm like, well, never mind then you. Like, do you want good shit or not?
Right.
Like, honestly, like once you get into it, and I tell some of them too, I'm like, once you get into it, you can tell me what you want to see.
Right.
And I might not take it right away, but I'll put in the effort to try to do something. Like, I do take into consideration what they want to see. It's not always about what I want. It's I do take into consideration what people want.
Right, because you are creating content for your subscribers, and you want to keep your subscribers, so you want to keep them happy.
Yeah.
So once you do you have like a set goal on how much money you're trying to make through sex work? Yeah,
like when I really started getting into it, like when I was really pushing on when I started doing the Snap, in less than a month, I made, what was it, 700, something like that.
That's some good change.
And that was just so that I could go to Viva.
Nice.
That paid for my ticket. That paid for gas. That paid for my food. That paid for everything for me to go.
And how much effort did you need to put into that to
Honestly,
get that?
None. And that's the thing with some people think, oh my God, there's so much you have to put into it. And, you have to work so many hours and blah, blah, blah. I'm like, no, you don't. You don't. For me, what I did was I had the day off and I pulled out all the outfits that I had. All the lingerie and like cute little cosplay outfits and all the stuff that I have, because I got cosplay outfits, because that's one of the things I do too. Is I have Sailor Moon, I have Harley Quinn, I have
oh, nice.
Yeah, I have like little cat girls and
you just got like half of my nerd friends to subscribe to your Snapchat.
Thank you.
They're like, what? She's a nerd.
I am. I'm totally that.
You're totally a nerd.
I am.
She's secretly a weeb, guys. You guys don't know that, but she's actually a nerd.
I know, I am.
It's okay. We'll get into that in a minute.
Yeah, we're going to get in there.
So,
but yeah, like, so I pull all that stuff out, and I'll do quick sets. I'll just like snap them off like really fast, like, and I'll do probably about like 5 sets in like 2-3 hours maybe. That's like doing like 10, 15 pictures and like 3 3 or 4 videos, like, and that's like what, 5, no, 5, 3 or 4 5-minute videos. So like 15 minutes worth of video. And then like I said, like probably
so probably like less than 5 hours of work, you probably made $700.
Yeah.
Spread across the month.
Yeah.
That's not bad.
Yeah, and it's like that's all it is. Like you don't really need that much. And then one of the things that I learned from working at one of the strip clubs that I worked at is that you dudes don't have standards sometimes.
No.
Because
Zero.
when I worked at one of the clubs, there was a few females that worked
Who were
there.
butt ugly.
Yeah, they were so gross, but they were making mad money, and I'm
Because
like,
they were hoes.
yeah, I'm like, what are you doing? Like this, you are super nasty. And like, I'm not like saying like, oh, she's doing nasty things. She's over there sucking dick and jumping on his dick and da-da-da-da. No, like I don't even know what it was, but like she wasn't doing that kind of stuff. But
You know what it is? I'll let our guys. I'm sorry, guys. I'm gonna let them know. If you stroke our egos, it's just as good as stroking our dick. It's so true. I'm guaranteeing she was like, oh my God, you're so big and strong. Do you work out? Like that shirt looks good on you. Oh my God. I guarantee it was some shit like that.
Probably. But like when I was working there, I was just like, you know what? I'm going to test some of this shit. So I stopped shaving my legs. I stopped shaving my pits. There was a couple times I didn't even brush my hair.
You want to see how far you can push it?
Yeah, and there was a couple times that I went in wearing 3 days the same makeup. Like I applied my makeup on Monday.
Yeah.
And did not reapply my makeup. Did not wash my face or anything. Did not reapply any makeup.
That's hilarious.
Until Thursday.
And they're like, dang, girl, you look so fun.
Yeah, I was still making money. They're like, oh my God, you're so sexy. And then like some of the guys were like touching my legs and they're like, oh my God, you're such a real girl. Like you didn't even shave or nothing. I was like, no, I didn't. And then like I didn't shave my pubes. So there's like pubes hanging out the side of my freaking panties and stuff. God. And they're like, ooh, look at that. Your curly hair is all sticking out the sides. Like
That's
little afro. I'm just like, oh, no, you like that. Oh, you're digging it.
That's hilarious. That's honestly the funniest shit I've ever heard. I think it beat my stripper story.
You're welcome.
That's hilarious. So you find out the guys don't have standards, but did you like reapply that to your Snapchat?
Yes, I did.
That's hilarious.
Yeah, it's like girls think they have to like pull out all the stops and they got to be like stunting all the time and they got to be doing all this stuff. And I'm just like, bitch, no, you don't. Stop being so tiring.
I also wanted to ask, like, because I have a lot of, like, my last guest wants to start OnlyFans.
Yeah.
But just for her feet. And I told her I'm going to try it, dude. Like, guys are perverse. Like,
oh my God, yeah.
I'm a pervert straight up. And I'll let you know right now, like, I'm not into feet. It's not my kink. But I'll tell you this. I'm like, there's somebody out there who is. Mm-hmm. For the people who want to get into sex work, who are like self-conscious that they don't have big tits, a good shape, they're a little fluffy, whatever it may be. Like, what would you tell them?
Do it, man. Like, no lie. Like, just do it. Don't put yourself down like that, because everybody is looking for everybody. Like, I don't mean like everybody, like every body. They want every all those body types, yeah. Because like they're dudes like want all these other girls and stuff. And I asked somebody recently, and I was like, why is it that you dudes like are looking at all these girls and stuff? I was like, you make us insecure. Like when you're looking at these girls, like you follow all these girls on Instagram and Facebook and Snapchat and TikTok and all that stuff.
Right.
With these big old fake titties, these tiny little waists and big old asses and all this stuff. But you're with this girl that looks like that, and you're over here like, oh man, look at her. But it's like, but your girl don't look like that.
Right.
Like, what is that about? They're like, and he explained to me, he's like, it's a fantasy. It's a fantasy. Like, we know we can't be with anybody like that.
I don't know about all that, but I'll try.
But it's like we just like the fantasy of it all. It's like, you know, how some people, I know some girls specifically too, who are like, oh my God, like Sebastian from Black Butler, like, oh my God, I hit that. I hit that sideways from Tuesday.
The 2D husbandos. There's plenty of those females too.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. And it's like, it's just all a fantasy and everything. It's like, we know it's never going to happen or anything like that. And that's all it is. But it's like, but in the reality of it all, I want a girl who thick in the middle and like who probably ain't got no junk in the trunk. I want a girl who back go all the ways down to her ankles.
I guess that's true, right? So there you go, guys. If you guys want to start getting into sex work, do it. Like, is it hard? Like, because I know you didn't want your family to find out. Did they ever find out that you're doing sex work or no?
Yeah, you know what? My sisters follow me on Insta, and I post my stuff, and I post it up on there saying, you know what, fam? If you got a problem with it, get the fuck off my shit, because I don't care.
Right, because family's stupid.
Yeah, I'm doing what I'm doing, and I'm going to live my life how I'm doing it, and if you want to damn me to hell, sweetheart, I already know I was going.
Oh, yeah. Is your family religious?
Some of them are, but they're kind of those religious where they pick and choose when they're gonna be.
Oh, they choose when they want to be religious?
Yeah.
Oh, they're hypocrites.
Yeah, so it's just like, you know what? You do what you're gonna do. I'm gonna do what I'm gonna do. I'm not judging nobody, you know? I love everybody, you know, equally, and I hate everybody equally too, you know? So I honestly...
So you just kind of got over it? You're just like, you know what? Whatever.
Yeah. You know,
that's a good stance to take.
Yeah, and I genuinely
do they support you, or are they just like, nah? They're just like, we don't want to see it.
Nah, they don't. Nobody. Most of the people in my family don't really talk to me, anyways. So I genuinely don't care either. I'm just like, you know what, live your life.
Yeah, that's true. But once you kind of started doing your own thing, you got into the rhythm. Now that you have this Snapchat rolling, you have your little side hustle. You know where you want to be. What do you want to do next?
Well, so the doming thing, like I just
is that going to be a profession? Or am I going to see you on Dominatrix Weekly?
That would be so much fun. Like, honestly, like one of my really good friends, he's the one who's been pushing me the most to do it. And a lot of people, like even people who had only just met me, have been telling me too. They're like, you are just so perfect for being a dom. Like, just talking to you, like you're like perfect for it.
So do you have a specialty? Because I know there's some, for those of you who don't know, I'm into BDSM. So if you want to take a look at my shirt.
Ooh, look at it.
So shout out to Super Light Industries. This is where I got this shirt from. I'm thinking about asking him to be on the podcast, but that's another day. So I know some DOMs have specialties, right? Like some do impact play, which means hitting.
Yep.
And then some do like degradation where they like talk shit.
Yeah.
And then there's like there's bondage, and then there's like people who do all of the above. And there's like a spectrum. There's like, it goes on for days.
Yeah, there's so much.
Is there something that you're specifically into?
I really like impact play. I'm still learning. I'm still in the process of learning. Like just before everything happened, like I was starting to learn. I had my sub, and we were doing a lot of stuff and everything, and I was learning a lot of things. I don't like degradation because I just don't. I can be mean. I can say a lot of mean stuff. Like I can get real mean and everything, but at the same time, like it hurts my feelings or whatever. Or it just sounds
it's sort
weird.
of like you can't get into character.
Yeah, because I'm just so goofy and stuff.
Okay, so I'll give you a good example, right? So I was with a girl who's a switch, right? So she, for those who don't know what that is, it's like she can be dominant or she can be submissive. So with me, I'm a dom, so that usually doms don't get along together in the bedroom because it's just a fight for dominance. Yeah. So she was okay with giving up her dominance and just giving it to me, and we did our thing. And she asked me, how would you feel if I tried doming you? I'm like, I'd let you try and we can see how that goes. And she's like, what if I just called you a bitch? I'd be like, oh, you're gonna call me a bitch? Oh, you're so cute. And she's like, stop that. She's like, oh, like you're an asshole. I'm like, oh, you getting mad? Is the little dom getting mad? And she legit got flustered. She's like, oh yeah, this is not gonna work ever.
Also, you're a brat.
Oh no, I've broken so many brats. I know their moves. I've broken brats. I've done so.
Oh, you're a brat tamer.
Yes. So it's sort of like you pick up these things. Like, okay, if she really wanted to dom me, she would, because she wanted to assert her dominance, right? So she tried. She's like, okay, let me test the waters here because I'm asking. So she wants to see how far she can push it. I was like, all right, I'm not gonna be a dick about it, right? So I'd let her get a taste, right? Because if you're gonna be a dom, you're gonna run into brats. You're gonna run into littles. You're gonna run into you're going to run into switches. You're going to run into like very submissive subs and some subs that are like soft subs that don't like almost anything, but they like to be dominated to a point.
Yeah.
So you need to be able to like traverse these waters. It's actually really difficult. So what happened with her is she was testing the water and I was like, okay, let's just say, because instantly I was like, okay, what would be the best way to not go if she's like, oh, you're being a little bitch, and be super aggressive with her and she gets scared, right? Yeah. Or like she tries to like puff up her chest more and then it gets aggressive and then you have a fight for dominance.
Yeah.
So I was like, okay, the best thing to do is to be a brat. That's the best thing to do. I've had to deal with it so many times. I know this play. And especially if you already have an established dominance, if you just try to ask for dominance, it's not going to go well. Yeah. So she tried it and I was like, okay, let's see how you react. And she fell apart. she's like, stop it. I was like, well, be a dominate me. What the fuck are you doing? Yeah. And she was like, yeah, that's not going to work. I was like, no, it's not going to work. I'm sorry. I'm more experienced at this than you are. And she's like, okay. So it's definitely difficult to be a dom, but you like the impact play. So what have you tried?
I've tried a lot of things. There was actually one time, so it was really funny. There was a guy that I had met off of Tinder.
Oh, it's one of those.
Yeah. Okay. So we had been talking for a while and I kind of kept dodging because I get scared. Like, it's so funny. It's really stupid to say. I'm actually a shy person.
Uh-huh.
But once you get to know me, not really.
You're outgoing.
Yeah.
It's okay.
Like, what is it? I'm an introverted extrovert.
Okay.
Like, I'm very, like, to myself and everything, but once you really get to know me and I open up, like, I'm out there. I'm everywhere. I'm like, yeah, let's do the things.
And then someone you don't know, you're like, oh.
Yeah, I'm just like, oh, God. Please don't hate my guts.
That's funny.
No, but, like, so I kept kind of, like, putting off, like, meeting him. Because I was, like, nervous. I was just like, oh, my God, this guy is so hot. He's going to think I'm a fucking loser. Like, what the fuck? So finally I did it. I met him. And, like, he was very much, like, a dominant type man.
Okay.
And I allowed him to come over to my house. Because I don't really allow people to come over to my house too often. Well, it's just because of the fact that, like, when I grew up, like, I didn't want people to coming over to my house because my mom was not a good person.
Yeah, that can make things awkward.
Yeah, and she did weird stuff that was inappropriate. And
oh, no.
Yeah, so I didn't like people coming over to my house.
Gotcha.
I always went over to others, but he came over to my house, and I had told him about the doming thing and stuff, and he was all trying to act like, you know, like, he was like all tough shit and everything. He was like, oh, I'm gonna dom you. I was like, no, sweetheart, I don't do that. I don't play those games. Like, I'm a switch, actually, but when someone tries to get super hard with me like that, I put that away. I'm just like, no, I'm the dom. You sit your ass the fuck down, and we play my game. So he was like, you know what? I'm going to let you dom me then. So I'm like, sure.
Oh, he fucked up.
Yeah. And me, I'm actually a whisperer.
Oh.
I don't really say much. And when I do, I just whisper in your ear the entire time.
Okay.
And so I stripped his ass down like, I have one of those.
Did his masculinity slowly fall away too?
Oh, yeah. Beautiful. Oh, my God. Like, I'm gonna get real, like, nasty right now.
Go for it.
But I was legit, like, dripping down my leg, like, fucking nasty hentai style. Oh, Lord. And I'm not even lying.
So it was the waterfalls.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Basement flooded. Okay. So I have one of those pull-up bars that, like, hook
onto the door frame?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So obviously it's not secure or nothing like that, but boy, was he a good boy.
Oh.
He deserved all the Scooby snacks.
Oh.
Because I bought, like, really pretty restraints. They're like Tiffany colored, like the Tiffany blue restraints and stuff. So I had my chains. I tied him up. I chained him up to it and everything. Had him fully stripped down, and I had a riding crop. I have a flogger. And I have my paddle. That paddle I don't have anymore because
you broke it.
Broken, yeah.
Yeah, that happens.
So, but I used that on him though, and I beat the crap out of him. I got him good, and he was.
Did he break? Did he break?
He did. Like, he he went limp a little bit and stuff, but like he got to a point though where he was like, I could tell that he was going to try to pull the thing down and come after me.
Right.
And then I grabbed him. Oh, I had the collar on him too.
Oh, okay.
So I pulled the leash because I have a leash on it. I pulled the leash and I was like, you move again.
Uh-huh.
And we're going to have harder times.
We're going to have issues.
Yeah.
There's going to be punishment involved.
So of course because he did that, I went around to the front and then I started like flicking his balls and stuff.
Yeah.
We played that game,
Oh,
which was
that's
really
fun.
weird because he realized that he actually really liked that.
Yeah, see, that's what I found out a lot from like when I started joining, that there was a lot of tough dudes, like big dudes that I'm like, oh, he's definitely a dom. Nope. 100% sub.
Yep.
They do not like, and I asked them, I've asked stories. I'm like, how did this happen? They're like, oh, I gave up dominance once and then I loved it. It was awesome.
Oh yeah.
And I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah, it's the way that it is, and I met a lot of guys like that. They're like dom in the streets, sub in the sheets.
Yeah.
Like legit, like you see them out there, they're big brawny guys and everything. They're so tough. They'll go in there, knock your skull in and everything.
It's so strange how that works.
Yeah, but as soon as they get through that door, that leash gets put on, that collar gets put on them.
Yeah.
They're washing the dishes with the little sissy panties on and stuff, and like doing the laundry and stuff. And it's like, good boy.
I don't mean to laugh. It's just, to me, this is cute. It's like, oh.
Yeah. I've met a lot of them, and I'm just like, you guys are fucking adorable. I'm just gonna sit on your face.
And it's so strange though, because it's a switch. Once it becomes like a sexual thing, they like it turns on, and it's usually only for their specific person, or in some cases it's with everybody who's trying to be sexual with them. It's so strange, but I get it. I have subs that are the same way, but like it's not as prevalent with women to be dominant in the streets and submissive in the sheets. They're usually submissive everywhere else. Mm-hmm. On occasion, I'll bump into women who are very dominant everywhere else in life and then submissive. Mm-hmm. Like I've had a situation where, what's the best way to put this? She was very liberal. Mm-hmm. She was a feminist. She hates men. She didn't like me at all. Like at all. We went out to the bar and I was trying to get at her friend. I'm gonna be completely honest. And next thing I know, like her friend hooks up with some other guy and we're talking. And then next thing I know, I'm at her place and she's like, well, just because you're a man doesn't mean you're going to be doing man things to me. I'm like, okay. I'm like, so what am I supposed to do? And then I was like, wait a second. I'm like, earlier she was like how men suck, how they're stupid, they're chauvinistic, toxic masculinity. I was like, what am I even doing here? Shouldn't she be like, fuck this guy, fuck men?
Yeah.
And then next thing I know, I'm choking her out and she's having a good time. And I don't know. I think it's very interesting, but it's kind of rare. But it's always so interesting. I've talked to plenty of guys who are subs, and some of them you can kind of tell. Like I've had a couple of my friends, I'm not going to name names, that they're married and we've heard stories and we're just like, I wonder. I'm like, that would make perfect sense, but we don't want to ask because that's their married life. And you don't want to ask about your friend's sex life. Like, hey, bro, is she strapping a dildo on? Like, what's going on here?
Yeah.
Because then you might not see your friend the same.
Yeah.
But so are you trying to turn that into a business?
I would like to. I really would. But I don't know, like I get kind of nervous about
So meeting people or like setting up, okay, because
like,
that's like the next step, right?
Yeah. Like I don't mind. I don't know. It's just like I get scared of what my abilities are and what I can and cannot do.
What do you mean? Like physically?
Yeah, like I've recently learned about what's it called? Imposter syndrome.
Oh, right, yeah.
So it's like I feel like there's so many things that I want to do and I feel like I could do them, but at the same time I start to really doubt myself and go, no, I can't do that. I don't have the ability to do that. But then people start pointing out and they're like, no, you have the ability to do these. You've done that. You know, you have done that. So I don't know why you keep.
So give me an example of what exactly you mean.
Like like my current position, my current actual job, like security. And stuff, and like there's times where like I feel like I can't do it, and I'm just like, oh my gosh, why am I doing this? Like I'm a fucking idiot, like retard anime kid. Like what am I doing? Like why am I here?
Okay, so you're not a big person, right?
Yeah.
So you're not like 6 foot, like 300 pounds. You're not, I understand there's physical limitations, but you should probably look into jujitsu, because I'll be honest with you. I've been strangled by like I think he was like 120 pound, 5'5" kid. And like he put me to sleep, and I have hands. Of course we couldn't box, but he mangled me on a consistent basis. So it's a really good way to like even things out if you're in security, you know.
Oh no, I'm trained.
Oh, there you go. So what are you worried about, girl? What the
No, it's just that I get scared if I can, like if I'm gonna fail, like do I really have the ability? Like I just get really insecure. Yeah, like I just doubt myself. Like if I really have the ability to do this type of thing, like in anything, and then but then once
I think that's normal with everybody. Everybody gets doubts. I get doubts. I'm like, shit.
I get to the point though where I just completely don't do anything at all. Like I really hold myself back, like to like almost, I wouldn't say dangerous levels, but to really bad levels. And
I think that comes back to like depression, right?
Yeah. And so I won't do a lot of stuff. And so like with this though, it's like I really need like that push to like remind myself that I have the ability to do so, but at the same time, like in order to do it, I do have to build the clientele. I do have to build my like I have to mostly I actually would say I mostly just have to build my clientele, because from my clientele they can build my equipment.
Oh, okay.
Because with them, like I can tell them, you know, hey, buy my toys, you know, and then you don't have to pay for this session.
Right.
You know.
So I know people who go to dungeons. I don't know if you've been to one.
No, I've always wanted to go to one.
Okay, so she's on my Facebook. I'll send you her link later. But they have dungeon events, and they're all in LA.
Yeah.
So they basically rent out warehouses, and they like bring in all of the equipment. So like if you can think of like a crucifix, or if you can think of like the horse, I forgot. It's like a horse saddle, like you can imagine what they use it for. But any equipment you can think of that would be in a dungeon, they have it there, and they have events. So they have exhibitions where you pay a certain amount and you can just get in, and it's an open bar, and it's like a regular club scene. And then you can pay more to watch an exhibition, or you can pay the highest and be part of the exhibition, depending on if you want to be dominated, if you want to dominate somebody else. And it's all consent based. And they have like this, like before the event goes on, what you might be interested in doing. And they also have classes, right? So like if you're into doming, they have classes for new doms, and they give you like a safe space to ask stupid questions. Yeah. So like there's a lot of people who, like I'm into shibari, right? Like I think it's a beautiful art form. I just don't know how to do it. Right. I haven't gone yet, but I've been reading into it, and I've talked to that person. I'm like, hey, do you guys have an instructor or anything? They're like, yeah, come down. It's $25. We'll post it up on Facebook. It's going to be a Facebook event. You just have to pay for it and show up. And then that's it. So you should look into doing dungeons and stuff, because the better you get at the thing you want to try, the less self-conscious you'll be to do it not in practice. Yeah. So I'll be honest with you. The first time I tried shibari, I was like, I tried it in the dark. Right. So some people were like, wait, how did you do that? I'm like, trust me, it was a not mess. It was so bad. It was like, and she knew. I was like, okay, I bought some rope. I want to try something. I'm like, are you cool with this? She's like, yeah, I'm cool with this. I'm like, are you cool if I leave the lights off? And she's like, yeah, sure. How are you gonna know if this is not safe? I do not recommend you do shibari with the lights off, because you might strangle somebody, right? Do not do what I did. But it was just me being self-conscious, right? Because I felt like if I got too self-conscious, I would mess up, and then it'd be awkward, and I couldn't stay turned on, and it would ruin the moment. Yeah. So I was like, if it's in the dark, she can't see me struggle.
Yeah.
And I'd feel more confident about this. So the main thing I stayed away from was her neck because, of course, I don't want to kill her.
Yeah.
And she's like, huh, she went limp. What's going on?
Yeah.
So we did our thing and I was like, okay. I'm like, so it's going to sound really weird. I mapped out in my head what I thought it should look like when I ran the rope across her chest and down her stomach. And I wanted, like, when I flicked on the lights, I had like this Etch-a-Sketch picture in my head. And I was like, okay, I hope it works. Flicked it on. I was like, oh, that wasn't horrible. I'm like, these knots didn't hold because it's all falling apart and it's loose in places and tight in other places. I was like, but for doing it in the dark, that's pretty damn good. But that's just something that you got to get over, you know. As long as you start practicing it, it's something that you can do.
Yeah.
But have you thought about doing the next progression in sex work? Like, I have a couple stripper friends that are doing full sex work now because of COVID. I don't know if you've heard of that happening a lot.
Yeah.
So have you thought about that or no?
Yeah, I have. I was really thinking about just going full force with the whole thing and just getting on like other sites, not Pornhub, but like just other sites like something like similar to that. And just going like full force with it. But I don't know. Again, I have tendency to like really hold myself back from stuff and I don't know why. And it's just like, it just sucks. And I really want to. Like I said, I want to get into doing stuff with like partners and stuff. Like I have masks and stuff because that was the other thing too is like, you know, allowing my whatever partners I have, like, here's a mask, you don't have to be seen. And like one of my like best friends, he's constantly telling me the same thing too. He was like, you can just wear masks, you should do all your face makeup. He's like you're really good at doing all your cosplay stuff. He's like, just wear one of your cosplay things with that you have to wear your masks and stuff with, and just do that, and you know, nobody's gonna know it's you. And I was like, well, I don't really care at the same time if they know it's me and whatever. Like the partner, you know, that's for them, but it's just a matter of me just stop being a bitch about it and actually do it.
Well, you should definitely try, right, to take your next step. Because I have friends who they were strippers, and then when the strip clubs closed during COVID, they went full blown sex work. Like they started OnlyFans, started a premium Snapchat, they started a Pornhub account, and then they technically, I guess it's prostitution, but they started doing that. Oh, you okay?
Yeah.
The headphones fall off?
Scratch my ear.
You're like, oh, it got itchy. Yeah, they get kind of hot sometimes. But they started doing full-blown requests. So it's you turn it that way.
Turn it.
Yeah, there you go.
Sorry. Yep. Well, I just broke it.
That's it. Got it? No?
No.
Do you want me to do it?
Yeah.
Let me see.
I'm sorry.
It's okay. We're having technical difficulties with the headphones, ladies and gentlemen. There you go. I know it's like very confusing. So they went to start doing full sex work.
Yeah.
Right. I don't know through what means they're doing it, but they have their own list of services they provide.
Yeah.
And I think it's through Twitter. I could be wrong, but I've seen it pop up on my feed and I'm like, wait, what are you doing? And it just says meetups, right? And I'm like, what does that mean? They're like, oh, I meet up with you. I'm like as a date? They're like, well, for me to meet up with you, we can discuss what you want to do.
Oh, like escort service.
Yeah.
Oh,
and I was like, oh.
That I'm not sure if I want to get into.
Right?
That I'm not sure about.
But that's like full blown. Like,
yeah.
I was like, okay, so I asked them, I was like, are you okay with that? They're like, yeah. I was like, as long as they wear a condom, I'm fine. I was like, isn't that sketchy? She's like, isn't Tinder sketchy? I was like, damn, that's so true.
Yeah. And honestly, like when it comes to that kind of stuff, like I don't have a problem with that. Like I don't have a problem with people doing that. Honestly, I'm sure I get to a point where I don't have a problem with myself doing that. But I'm a person who honestly believes that prostitution should be a legal job. Like it should be a form of.
Yeah, that's weird, right? That you
form of work, like legal.
Like you can give it to anybody for free, but when you charge somebody,
it's illegal.
It's illegal.
Yeah, that's stupid.
That's really weird. That's a weird one.
Yeah.
And I've heard people's arguments is, oh, to prevent STDs and then the children and what was it, child sex and all this stuff. I was like, wait, children shouldn't be having sex anyways. So we're talking about adults here.
Yeah.
But I guess I understand.
Yeah. But see, that's the thing too with that, is that they have done like studies and whatever, is that I'm pretty sure I've seen that they have done studies on it, that people, like places where they do allow prostitution as a legal form of job, a form of work, that they have a lower rate of
Rape?
Yeah, well, for like
Children?
Yeah. For stuff with children and everything, because it's like more men are just like, you know what, I'm just going to go after these ladies.
Something that's easier.
Yeah.
So that's also a thing, right? Because men are predatory, right? Especially when it comes to like sexual acts. So if you think of it that way, if there's a desperate man who needs sexual relief, would he rather try to put in the struggle that every other guy puts in to every other female, try to court her, take her out to dinner, like talk to her, be nice to her, whatever, or manipulate someone who's not as developed mentally to get them to give up what he wants? And it's kind of fucked up, but that makes a lot of sense, that the places that have legal prostitution, they see a drop in like children instances of molestation and rape, because those men are probably just going, oh, I'm horny, I'm gonna go to my local brothel and bust a nut. That makes sense. I wonder what states are legal besides Nevada. Actually, I'm gonna look that up. What states? Oh, I can't spell. I can't see. Hookers allowed. Oh, just Nevada, I guess.
Yeah, just Nevada. Well, for the United States, for us,
I wonder why just Nevada.
Yeah, it's only Nevada, but Canada. They allow. I remember one time I went to Canada. I went to Vancouver.
I wonder why just Nevada.
And in their phone books, for the children who don't know what that is, it was a big, gigantic, thick book that had phone numbers for everybody. But they actually have a section, brothel.
Oh, no lie.
Because I went through it, and there was one that was called the Fox Den. And I was like, holy shit. And there was like a big old ad, and it was like telling you all this stuff and all the services and everything. And I was just like, oh my God, I want to go. I'll go.
That's fucking funny. I see it. But if you ever get to that point, that'd definitely be interesting. And I'm definitely bringing it back on because I have so many questions.
Of course.
But if you decide to like get full into the doming situation, because they make a lot of money.
Yes, I know.
And it comes with so many benefits.
Yeah.
Like, I was talking to that girl on Facebook, and she was telling me like, yeah, I have guys come over just to clean my car.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
I was like, and they pay you?
Yeah. And then like, I want, like, some people were telling me about like FinDoms, financial domination.
Yes.
And I'm just like, man, I want to sit there and just be on the phone with a dude and be like, you're a stupid bitch. And I put $1,000 in my bank account. You fucking retard. I mean, my PayPal. Put it on my PayPal.
Oh my God. Yeah. But they're out there. They're out there.
Yeah.
So if you do that, do you think that's like your next logical step?
Yeah. Like, yeah, I just gotta like, I'm just like thinking about it and everything. But like at the same time, it's like, oh God, I'm also lazy too. Like that's why like I don't do a lot like with my Snapchat and stuff. Like I get lazy.
It's only when you need it.
Yeah, that's why it's like only when I need it and stuff.
Look, I'll be honest with you. If I could start up OnlyFans or a premium Snapchat and make the money that I make now, but I don't know, just like jerking off, I fucking would in a heartbeat. I don't, because there's a million other guys that are better looking than me, and no one wants to pay for me. At least I don't think so.
Okay, so you want to hear something interesting? I don't know if you know this.
What?
But I found it a couple years back, and I know it's still there.
What?
On eBay, they have an adult side.
What?
Yeah, there's an adult side.
There's like to buy adult toys?
No.
To
Like
What?
you can sell. Okay, so this is where you
what?
can cash in. You, yes, yes,
Okay.
you,
What?
my beautiful mustached sir.
Okay. Tell me more.
You can make money on selling your socks.
What?
Yes,
My socks.
yes, your socks. You can do your own
What?
feet thing.
Oh, what?
Yeah.
Okay. So
I don't remember. I don't. Yeah. I don't. Okay. Yeah. You got these questions.
I do.
What you got? What you got?
One, how do you even like? Is this like? Is it still like actual eBay or is this like a different?
No, it's eBay.
Okay, continue.
Yeah. All right. So I found this a couple years ago. I don't even know how I found it. Because somebody I think was telling me, oh, go sell your panties on eBay. And I'm just like, okay. And so I'm like poking around on there and like it sent me to something that was like a totally, like it was eBay. It was still in their thing and it says it's in their little sidebar thingy or whatever. But it takes you to like another side. And but you can't label it as like used underwear and like you can't label it like sexually or whatever. But there was
But
like,
is it in the description?
kind of.
Kind of.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's about wording and you can word it
Okay.
that way.
How,
and
like,
stuff.
give me an example.
Oh my goodness. You could put like gently used.
Okay. Like female gently used. Okay.
Yeah. And stuff like so you can do that and then
Would you be like scented?
no, I think that's a word that's
Oh,
I
that you
think that's a
can't?
no. I think
You can't
that's
put
a no
scented?
word. Yeah.
Okay.
I think that's a no word. I think you might not be able to use unwashed,
Oh.
but they can send you a message and ask you
Okay.
and stuff. But because it's on that side, it's obviously it's a given.
Right.
But there was a thing that I kept seeing pop up. It was this guy and his socks. And
Okay.
I'm looking at him and I'm like,
How much are they going for?
like $25 a pair.
$25 a sock?
And he was selling
A pair or a sock?
a pair, like for
Oh,
for
for the
left
pair.
and right.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, that's not bad. Okay.
And like these were used socks. Like some of them were like tube socks that were like hella dirty. Like I think one of them had like a hole in them. But some of the socks were like nice socks. They were, okay socks, whatever. But like he's like modeling them. But you just see his legs and stuff. But like he had nice legs and stuff.
Okay.
But like he's like modeling these socks and whatever. And he's like selling these socks hella left and right. And I'm just like, this dude has to be making bank, but I'm just thinking like just off these socks alone. I'm like he's obviously doing something else too though. But I'm just like, wow, this is weird.
I wonder what his profit margin is, right? So, okay, let's break it down. So, I buy I'm a little fancy, so I buy like Reebok socks, so they're a little more expensive than your regular socks. But let's say since I'm gonna be selling them, I'm gonna buy the cheapest nice socks I can get, right? Let's say $5, right? $5. If I buy a pair of $5 socks, they usually come in like a pair of 3. So I'll make like $75 and I paid $5. Son of a bitch. So he's making what, like $100 if he sell. He'll be making more than like $500 on like a casual week. That's not bad.
Yeah.
But then. But I wonder, like, do you have to like wear them for so long? Like, do you have to go on running? Like, does he like what is the window that he's like? Is he advertising that they're used during sports, or is it just they're worn?
They're just. I think he's just putting just worn, but I think you can put that. Ask questions or whatever.
Like I wore this during football and such.
Or he could say, I think some of them were like, oh, these are football socks. Or these are dress socks or whatever. But, like I said, you can message the seller so they can tell you like, hey, how long were they worn for?
Oh, so that I wonder if they put in requests.
You can, like, I'm sure you can. Cause like I had, like, that's one of the things too. Like I actually did, sell panties for a minute. And
how'd that go?
It was all right. I only sold to one person. And stuff, but there would be requests and everything, and it's like, okay, well, if you want certain things, you have like sometimes what I would do, like if they wanted like a certain type of underwear and I didn't have them already, they will buy them,
send them to me, I wear them.
Yeah, and then
do you have a PO box set up for this type of situation?
No, what I would do
Mail it to your neighbor.
Yeah, I'd have it mailed to my bestest friend, who's a big guy.
Oh,
Yeah.
And he was cool with it, just getting random panties and dildos and like lingerie. He was cool with it.
Yeah, he was like, what else?
He's like, Pinky, your package arrived.
Yeah.
That's funny.
He's like, dude, your shit's here. I'm like, all right, cool. A dude didn't arrive with it though, right? He's like, no, I didn't see nobody. I'm like, all right, cool. Like, be there later, brah.
Get a P.O. box, please.
Yeah.
Get a P.O. box. I don't want to see you murdered.
Yeah.
So, on top of that, so you're saying I should get into the sock wearing industry?
Yes. Do that. And then, see where it leads you.
See where it goes. I thought about it. I'm like, I'm not hot enough to be a stripper. I'm not buff enough to like, okay, so male standards are big, buff, cut with a huge dick. That's just how it goes. That's just how it goes. I'm sorry.
I'm really sick of hearing that whole big dick thing. Okay,
it's
so
how it goes.
But the thing though is that I don't understand with this whole big dick thing. I'm the girl that guys come to, that I talk to them and I talk them down off the ledge about the whole big dick thing. If you have a 10, 11, 12-inch dick, I'm sorry, sweetheart, you're not using all that penis.
They're trying to get it in there for sure, though.
But these girls need to shut the fuck up, because if you are really shoving all that in there, you are, 1, hurting yourself. 2, what is wrong with your vagina? And 3, you need to learn your anatomy, sweetheart. Because girl, your shit it don't work that way. Your G-spot is not in the back that way.
I guess that's true.
You need to learn your anatomy and learn how your pussy works. You obviously are probably someone who has never gotten off properly.
Dun, dun, dun. Actually,
there you go.
And that might be true. I don't know. I can't speak for like women and big dicks. I can only speak for having a dick. So I can tell you this. I've been with women who are size queens, and they said they just like the feeling of a huge cock.
Well,
So I don't know. Maybe you can get off on it. That's what I'm saying.
I think it's stupid, and they need to stop with that nonsense and everything, because like they get mad because they're like, oh, guys are making us feel insecure and stuff. I was like, you make them feel insecure too. So it goes both ways. Maybe you should shut the fuck up too.
Yeah, that's true. Men's egos are very fragile. So I know a lot of guys who are self-conscious about their size, and that's one of the reasons they got married. I was like, what? I was like, wait, so one of your prerequisites was that they're not gonna fucking leave you for a dude who has a bigger dick? Like, that's kind of a low standard, bro. They're like, oh no, well they're happy with my dick size. I was like, well, what if they weren't? Like, what the fuck? That shouldn't dictate your relationship.
Yeah.
Like, I had a friend of mine who blatantly told me that her man's dick was like teeny tiny, like very small.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, I didn't need to know that. And she's like, no, the only reason I'm telling you is that I love him for who he is.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, that's sweet. I was like, but you didn't need to tell me this pecker was tiny.
Yeah.
You could have just opened with that last part. We would have been good.
Yeah.
So I get it. But that's kind of like the stereotype, right? That's where everything comes from. Like, if you want to be a male stripper, that's what they look like. They're fucking jack dudes, right?
Yeah.
Because I've been to a male strip club with my female friends for a bachelorette party. Awkward as fuck.
Yeah.
Super horrible.
Yeah.
I don't advise any male to do that. Even if they are your really close female friends, don't go, because then you have to witness them cheating on their husbands. And you have to just be like, well, I witnessed that. I'm not ever going to bring that up ever again.
Yeah.
And it's cringy because male strip clubs and female strip clubs are very different.
Yeah.
So in female strip clubs, it's look, don't touch, right? In male strip clubs, it's touch, don't look. And it's like the shows, like this specific instance, one of the shows was the dude came out on stage, and I'm just at the bar just trying to get drunk enough to fucking deal with this horrible trauma. I look back, and one of the girls that was in the group gets pulled on stage, and she was the rowdy one. She was the loud one, so they grabbed her. Big, tall, buff, white guy. He probably was like 240, jacked.
Yeah.
wearing a Speedo. And I'm just like, wait, what's that little Asian girl gonna do? I'm like, what the fuck are they? Oh, great, here's a show. So I brought back my Jack and Coke. I sat down. I was like, what is she doing? And she's like, oh, she got pulled up on stage. I was like, oh boy. So they pull her up on stage and dude starts doing a show. He pulls out an American flag, just whoosh, right, like flings it in front of him, whatever. And then he has like a little stool next to him with a can of whipped cream. Mm-hmm. I'm like, I don't like where this is going. I'm like, but I'm interested now. So he basically hands the can to her and then like puts the flag out. I was like, what the fuck? And then you hear it go off. Just, I was like, and then you're just like, what the fuck? And then he drops the flag and she's like deep throating his cock with like fucking whipped cream on it. And I'm just like, well, is this what happens at fucking strip clubs for girls? I'm like, oh shit. Yeah. And I guess that's literally the whole thing that happened that entire night. Like guys would come up and borderline almost have sex with these women.
Yeah.
And it's cringy.
Yeah.
It's really cringy. Have you been?
No, I don't want to. I feel like male strip clubs are a joke.
It was cringy.
Yeah, I wouldn't know. I don't want to, but like also too, like I don't find super ultra buff men attractive. No.
What about mildly cut?
Yeah.
Like slim.
That's all right.
Definition.
Yeah. That's good. It's cool.
What about them chunky boys?
Yeah.
Like some nerdy fluff?
Yep.
Some gamer fluff? Mm-hmm. There you go, boys. We got a chance. We got a chance.
You know what I like? Snacks.
You like snacks? I think everybody, that's like my trick, right? I'll trick all these really skinny, fine females and be like, are you hungry? Their face instantly lights up. I don't have to drop a pickup line. I just got to feed you.
Yeah. And like, one thing, like when I was like all on the dating apps and stuff, the guys would always ask, so what's your favorite food? And I'm just like, buffet.
The buffet?
They're like, that's not a food. I'm all like, have you ever been to a buffet? Bitch, yeah, it is.
It's all the foods.
Yeah. I'm like, stop being dumb. They're like, oh my God, so like you're an eater? I'm all like, yeah, I fucking am. The fuck?
So what you're telling me is that I should start a OnlyFans, is what I'm hearing from this conversation. Yes. Because I'm not buff. Mm-hmm. I'm not cut. And I sure as fuck don't have a 10-inch ding dong. So you're telling me I do well.
You would. I think so.
All right, boys, maybe.
You should do it.
We'll have a powwow. We'll see.
I'll guest star.
We'll guest star. Okay. We'll see how it goes. We'll see how many subscribers I get. So guys, maybe, I don't know, I might start a fan on OnlyFans. I don't know. We'll find out. We'll see. Depends how much money I make. If I do well, then I might quit YouTube. Woo! I might just go by my porn name. What is it? Your street name, your dog, and something else. I forget what's the combination.
Oh, I have no idea.
But I remember it because that app was hilarious. My porn name is Cujo Oleander.
Ooh, that's sexy.
No one take it. It's mine. I trademarked it already, fuckers.
Get it, Cujo.
That shit's funny. But once you start doing this whole BDSM stuff, man, once you get good at it, let me know. I'll totally go watch or support you in any way I can. But the last thing I wanted to ask you about is you're a nerd. You're a model. Yeah. Ex-stripper, sex worker, nerd. Yeah. Which is very impressive combination. Yeah. What kind of nerd are you?
You know, I've actually been told by men, women, you know, lesbians and all that stuff. I'm like a unicorn or something.
You're a unicorn.
I actually had been called a catfish.
What? Why?
Well, they thought I was a catfish.
Oh, they didn't think you were real?
No. Oh.
They're like, there's no way this person actually exists.
Yeah. So I have tendency, like, okay, so what I'm wearing right now is actually something that I would wear out in public. Uh-huh. One time I actually went and picked up my kid wearing a long gray wig with big curly gray pigtails. Uh-huh. I had my blue, like, anime contact lenses on with kitty ears and my glasses.
And what did the parents do? Because I'm pretty sure there was a lot of guys and dads that were just like...
Yeah, the moms were like hating my guts.
Of course.
And the little girls that were there were like, Mom, how come you don't look like her? How come you look like her? And they're just like, let's go, go
Don't
get in
stare.
the car.
Don't stare. Don't look, Bobby. Don't look, Bobby.
Yeah, and like the little girls are like, that's your mom? She looks amazing. Oh, yeah. And then like, so I actually had taken a picture of myself and I had posted it on like my dating profiles.
Oh, how'd that go?
Yeah, the guys lost their minds and stuff.
Blew your
And they're
shit
like,
up?
yeah, they were just like, "Is really you? Do you really do that?" I was like, "Yes, I do. Yes, I do."
Do you get a lot of normies that hit you up? And for people who don't know, normies are the people who are regular Joes who don't know anything about anything that's nerdy, whether it be gaming, cosplay. They're just your regular, they're probably into sports. They're probably just...
Yeah. I like going on hikes. I like football. I
Yeah,
like tacos, hot dogs.
No offense to all you normies out there,
Yeah.
but you know, did you get a lot of normies that are like, "What? Why are you dressing up like this?"
Yeah, they're like they because those guys, they fetishize it, and it's just like,
They just assume it's something sexual.
yeah, they just think like, oh, you fucking somebody. I'm like, not you.
Right.
But it's like, no, like I just like dressing up like this. Like it's just fun. It's cute. It's adorable. Because like I dress up, I'll do like cosplay stuff. Like I'll dress up in cosplay stuff, out of nowhere. I do the Lolita stuff. Like I can find some Lolita stuff where it's not overly sexual and stuff. Because like I said, it's hard for me just because of the fact that I do have big boobs.
Right.
So it's hard to like try to
They're
minimize
usually those cosplays, the like pre-made cosplays are usually built for small people.
Yeah. And I am not a small people.
Yeah, especially up top. Up top right here. From there, it's just, yeah, that must be hard.
Yeah.
So what got you into, what did you first get into nerd stuff, like through anime, cosplaying, or what was like the trigger? Comic books, cartoons?
Yeah, like anime and stuff. Because like I've been into like video games and stuff. Like I'm a gamer. I'm all about the PlayStation and stuff. I started off with the Nintendo.
Everybody did.
Yeah, I started playing Nintendo when I was about five or six, because I think that's when my grandma bought my sister the Nintendo, and they didn't play it. I did. And then, so we moved up. We had the Nintendo, then we had the Super Nintendo, and then the greatest thing in the world happened. My parents got divorced. So, yeah, that was one thing I always hoped for when I was a kid. I was like, I hope my parents get divorced and I get 2 Christmases. And
that's a thing. Yeah.
Yeah. So that happened, and I got my PlayStation. And so I had all my games for my PlayStation, and then I got a PS2, PS3, and I have a PS4, and I'm still waiting to get the PS5. I'm gonna hold off on that for a little bit longer.
Okay.
But yeah, so I'm a gamer. But Sailor Moon is the one thing that really kicked it off for me.
Was that your first anime?
It's not my first anime, but
that's the one.
Yeah, but that's like the main one, because there was one that I watched. And I swear I watched it on like Sci-Fi, on the Sci-Fi channel. And the only thing that I can remember, because it was at like 1 or 2 in the morning. And
was it a girl wearing black latex?
No, are you thinking Aeon Flux?
Yeah.
No. But I freaking love her though.
Sci-Fi. What did they show on Sci-Fi?
No, but actually, side note. I got into BDSM. I got interested in BDSM when I was like 4 or 5.
Oh.
Me and my dad were walking down street, downtown San Bernardino, over by where the Carousel Mall is at.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Do you know where like the backside where the parking structure is at? There's that pawn shop on the corner.
Yes, I do actually.
So right next to it, there used to be a sex shop, million years ago. Like I said, I was like 4 or 5 years old.
Right.
There used to be a sex shop there, and me and my dad were walking by there. And they had a mannequin in the window, and she was wearing latex.
Oh, and that's what did it?
Yeah, I thought it was beautiful. I was like, she's so pretty.
There's a whole sector for latex, and like I guess I don't even know if it's latex anymore, because a lot of people have latex allergies and they've moved from latex. But like the whole plastic scene, there's a whole scene for that too.
Oh yeah. But yeah, so I saw that and I was just like, oh my God, I love it. you so much. But yeah, so yeah, I got into that when I was like 4 or 5.
Strange how kinks develop from small things.
Yeah, and it just because the mannequin was beautiful. She had lashes and she had like eye color and stuff. She had a beautiful wig and everything. So the outfit she was wearing was just like a basic like black latex dress, because I still remember it.
Something out of like The Matrix.
Yeah, it was beautiful. But yeah, so I've been into it ever since then. But anyways, back to it. But no, it was a girl. She was tall. I want to say she was wearing like a big Russian hat or whatever, and she was by like a train. That's the only thing I can really remember.
That would be Galaxy 9999.
Probably.
The reason I know that because that was also my first anime. I think I'll pull it up right now, but continue.
But yeah, so that was the first one, but like that's the only thing I can remember of that. But then Sailor Moon, when I was like 8, happened. And was I 8? No. 9. I don't know, 9 or 10, something like that. I was like in 5th grade. However old I was then.
Was it her?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm good, bro. I'm a legit nerd.
Yeah, that was like the first one I saw, but I don't remember it. The only thing I remember is her standing by the train.
It's really good, and it was also my first anime. But I need to rewatch this anime. Yeah. But it's extremely violent. Like literally, it's based on like a 10-year-old kid who's like in the middle of a war, and they're on this train that flies through the galaxy. It's very interesting. You should rewatch it, but it's old. It's very old.
Yeah. But yeah, so like when I was like in 4th or 5th grade is when Sailor Moon came onto the scene. And I started watching that, and like I would watch that before I would go to school. And I just like fell in love because like I super identify with Sailor Moon. Like,
oh really?
Yeah, like with Usagi, which actually, going back to the whole stripper thing, that was actually my stage name was Usagi.
You were Usagi on stage?
Yeah.
Were there any nerds who were like, oh my God, she's doing Sailor Moon? No?
Very rare. Very rare. Most people were like, ew, soggy.
Ew, soggy?
Yeah, they're like, ew, she's soggy. I'm just like, you're stupid. Or they would call me Unagi.
Unagi. Was that the DJ?
Huh?
Was that the DJ when he announced you? It was like, oh, coming to the stage is Unagi.
Like, no, there was one DJ that did do that, but he would only do that sometimes when he was mad at me or when he was like being a dick.
Oh, no.
But no, like there would be customers who would call me that because they're fucking ignorant.
Gotcha.
And stuff. But no, like I went by Usagi. But also that was kind of sometimes how I would get my money too, is because they were like, ooh, your name is so exotic. I'm like, yeah. But yeah, so yeah, I was like super into it and I just loved it so much.
What was your first convention?
Oh man. My first convention was, I want to say Comic-Con, but I went to Anime Expo. But I've been to a few other little ones. I just can't remember what they were called because I went to a bunch of other little ones because I modeled at a lot of them for different Lolita companies.
Oh, okay. What companies?
I don't remember.
Just different Lolita companies.
Yeah.
Anything they would give me.
Yeah, because like some of them were just like girls who were just doing like one-off stuff. So it was like they were just kind of like just starting their own little things, but then all of a sudden they just kind of fell off. So I don't remember their names and stuff. But I just did like a bunch of like little like hole-in-the-wall little cons and stuff. And it was like fun because I like doing like the little ones. Like they were really fun to go to. And like,
yeah, I like the little ones because the like now, because before it used to be Comic-Con, Anime Expo were like the ones to go to because they were the most popular, but they weren't, they weren't mainstream. So you would go find your favorite fandom. So Comic-Con is mainly American and Anime Expo is mainly Japanese culture. But back then they were so small that you could walk around freely and get what you need to get done. You'd go to your, your favorite panels and no issues whatsoever. You can knock out all of the things on your to-do list easy. Nowadays, it is not like that.
Yeah.
You can't even get from point A to point B at Anime Expo anymore without being stuck in a human traffic jam.
Oh, excuse me.
No, you're good. You're good. I need to get like a cough button for people, like, but that's later when hopefully when I get a sponsor from somebody out there, sponsors would be nice. It would help. But yeah, the traffic jams are super bad. And let me see if I can pull up a video. So what was your last con? What was the last con you went to?
Oh man, it's been a while.
Really?
Yeah, because I haven't either haven't been able to afford it or just haven't been able to go just because of work. Like having jobs that won't allow me to have like freaking weekends off and stuff. So it's been forever since I've been able to go, and like I'm so sad. And one of the things that I loved though when I used to work at the Ontario Mills Mall, and I used to live in Ontario, is when was it? It's ALA was at the Ontario Convention Center, right?
Yes, ALA was there.
Yeah. So when I would go, when I lived in Ontario and I worked at the mills, and I would take the streets, I would drive by. I would get to drive by the convention center so that I get to see everybody.
Oh, you got to see all the weebs?
Yeah, and I was just like, hell yeah. And I'd be like honking at everybody and stuff. And I'm just like, you guys are awesome. And I'm like screaming at these girls with their like super cool costumes and stuff. I'm like, you're amazing. You know, and just like telling all these people like, your costume's great. You're fantastic. And just like, shouting from my car while I'm driving by.
I just drive by and be like, nerds. Goddamn weebs.
But yeah, like I want to go. Like I have all kinds of costumes and stuff, and it's like I don't get to go anywhere.
You should go. You should start cosplaying. Like on your, you'll get like a new sector of fans.
Yeah.
Like there's a whole industry for lewd cosplayers. Like I don't know if you've heard of not affiliated with them or anything. Cosplay Deviant.
Yeah. Somebody had told me about that, and I was like, oh yeah,
They're like the Suicide Girls for nerds.
Yeah.
So there's like a whole industry. So you can look into that because
it seemed like it was hard to get in with them though.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I looked into it. It kind of seemed like it was possibly kind of hard and stuff, but also too like with them, I would have to have professional pictures. It seemed last time I looked, but so it's like that's the thing that's hard is because like, you know, of course the photographer that I have to work with, I have to pay them too, and it's like, ooh. Or I have to learn how to set up timers and stuff because I do have a professional camera. I just need to actually learn how to really set it up and stuff.
I would set up a portfolio because you have a whole sector you can tap into, and honestly, weebs, no offense, weebs, I love you, but we're easier to spend money than regular guys. Like we'll buy a body pillow of our favorite waifu, or we'll buy a plushie or pop dolls if it's the one that we like. So, you know, if you start doing cosplays, like someone's gonna send a request your way and be like, hey, can you dress up as such and such? I'll pay you $200. Be like, cool, get it done. Versus like someone's like, can you just wear this? And it's like rare and in between.
Yeah.
So this is the traffic jam. So to go from one hall to the other took 30 minutes of this. It was so bad. And it got worse. Something happened on the other side of the exhibition. I want to say there was either a big cosplay, like someone very outrageous or a very big showy cosplay that was causing a crowd on the other side, so people were standing there instead of moving and walking through. So this whole traffic jam happened and no one was leaving, so you would just get crushed in the center.
Oh no.
And then there's people coming the opposite way. So you would be trying to go that way, and then someone's trying to get past you, and you're like, bro, I'm trying to go over there. And they're like, well, we're trying to go over there. But like, no, there's more people that way. Yeah. Like, where are you coming from? They're like, oh, no one's leaving on that side. And you're just like, oh, shit. There was like an overview shot of someone on the top stairs that you see at the top of the screen, recorded it, and it literally looked like a sardine can. Like, you were just stuffed. It was so bad.
Oh, no.
But that's what Anime Expo is like now. And this was in 2018.
Yeah, the last time I went to Anime Expo was like 2013.
Oh, wow. So a while back.
Yeah.
It's changed. It's changed a lot. But it's bigger. There's more events. There's more mainstream, which is good. But it's sort of like you need to actually plan out your day, and you need to like go, okay, I might not make this. What if I can't make this? What else can I do?
Yeah.
So that's what it's become. I like ALA now because it's at that nice sweet spot where it's just big enough where you get a lot of celebrities that show up and you get big events, but it's not as packed as Anime Expo. So you can still get everything you need to get done and still walk around comfortably.
Yeah.
So I like ALA. The next con I'm trying to go to is Dragon Con. Never been.
Oh yeah, yeah.
But
I have friends who go out there, but they also go there because they live near there.
Yeah. I want to go. It's on my bucket list, but I heard it is bananas.
Yeah.
And I love going. I love nerds partying. Like that's like my thing.
One of the things that I really, really want to go to is what is it? The Gallifrey.
Gallifrey.
Oh man. I say it's called Gallifrey 1 or something like that. It's the Doctor Who convention.
Oh no, I have not heard of that. What's Gallifrey? How do you even spell it?
I don't know. I'm not the person to ask. I can't spell worth a crap.
Me either. Gallifrey. Let's just go Doctor Who convention.
Yeah.
Doctor Who con. Amazing Doctor Who convention in Chicago.
No, there's one that's like out here.
Comic-Con. I don't.
It's a small one.
Well, apparently there's a lot. There's
Wait,
quite
go
a
back
few.
up. I think it did say Gallifrey 1 somewhere. Yeah, Gallifrey 1 Doctor Who convention. Yeah. That's one I really wanted to go to, but like it's limited. They limit how many people, how many tickets they sell for that. And I want to say it's in.
Are you a big Doctor Who fan?
Oh yeah.
Yeah?
I love the Doctor.
What season is your favorite?
My Doctor is the 11th Doctor, the Matt Smith Doctor.
Oh, okay.
Like bow ties and fezzes.
Bow ties and fezzes.
So cool. I actually one year I dressed up as the Doctor for Halloween because I had my head shaved. I had a mohawk at the time.
Oh, okay.
And it was still kind of grown out on the sides, so you couldn't really tell that it was shaved. And so I had my hair. I did my hair like his. I had my fez, so I bought the whole like outfit and everything. So I went to work dressed as the Doctor.
That's pretty cool. Did anybody notice?
A couple people did.
It is like it's still like a nerd convention. I see some,
Yeah, so just everything Doctor Who.
Okay. Oh yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I love it. I love Doctor Who.
Oh dang, they have DVDs galore.
Oh yeah.
That's pretty cool, and it's out here in California.
Mhm.
And it's called the Gallifrey. I might put that on my cons list to check out.
Yeah, it's really cool. Like I said, I've never been. I'd love to go. I have a friend who's gone. She's gone a couple years. I remember one year she, her husband and her daughter went, and she dressed her daughter up as one of the
Darling.
one of the weeping angels.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, I had always said that if I ever had a kid again, if I had another kid, that I would outfit a walker, a baby walker, to look like a Dalek and put the baby in it, so that have the baby running around like a little Dalek all over the place.
That'd be cool. And just have a little voice box. Be like,
yeah, exterminate.
that's actually pretty dope. I might check this out. And it's called the Gallifrey. That's such a hard name. What's that mean? Is that from the show?
Gallifrey is the planet that he's from. That's where the
okay.
Doctor's from.
That's a little bit too deep for my lore.
Yeah, like oh my god, I'm like super into it. Like,
go ahead, nerd
Okay,
out.
so-
Tell me more.
I'm not gonna say I'm not an emotional person. I'm hell of an emotional person. But when I watch stuff, like I get invested in shows and everything, but I don't get like emotionally invested. But with Doctor Who,
You got emotionally invested?
cry. Oh my
What
god.
season? What
my
made you
God.
cry?
Oh my gosh, I'm trying to think of what episode it was. There was an episode, I think it was oh my gosh. Stop.
Come on, super fan, tell me.
It was one of the episodes was River Song, who is Doctor Who's wife,
Okay.
meets up with the Doctor, but this is the Doctor, one of the latest Doctors, the last male Doctor.
Okay, I think I know who you're talking about. Yeah.
Oh my gosh, I don't know why I can't remember his name right now. Capaldi. They meet up at this one place. Damn, I don't know why I can't remember the name of the place, but it's like a day lasts
Forever.
Yeah. So they meet up there, and he's like remembering who she is and stuff, and it's the day before she dies.
Oh, and they live that day for over and over?
Yeah, they live it for like however long or whatever. And then she's like, okay, well, I gotta go. Like,
And then she dies.
but it's because he has her diary from her life, because they get to a point where their lives are not quite running. They're running parallel, but they're running parallel backwards. So instead of running this way, she's coming this way at him, and he's coming at her this way. So they're meeting. They've met, but she's meeting all the different doctors.
Oh, okay. That sounds vaguely familiar. I feel like I might have seen that episode.
Yeah, so they're like meeting each other at like weird times and everything. So there's a time where she meets him, and she's talking to him because she knows him, but he doesn't know her, and it's the day that she dies.
Oh, and so that one got you?
Yeah, and that's like he gets her diary, but that's not the one that's not one of the ones that got me, because I didn't know her. That's when we first meet River Song, as on that one. But that day with Capaldi and her, it's like I started crying because I'm just like, River's gonna die. River's gonna die. Should I come back? Because we were waiting. Should I come back? Because we were waiting. She's gonna die. But then, like, also there was like one of the episodes too was when Rose gets thrown into the parallel universe, and Tennant's doctor throws her over there, and she's like left there by herself. But they're like in love and everything. But then he somehow manages to grow another one of himself, because like his hand gets cut off at a point, like in the first
and he
episode.
Regenerates a body.
He regenerates, a whole new body. So he throws that doctor into that parallel universe
and
with
then
her. So they live happily ever after. Yeah, so Rose and that doctor.
I guess that's a happy ending.
Yeah, so I'm just like, oh my god.
No, it's not that much of a happy ending. But it's okay. It's good.
Yeah,
it's good.
Yeah, I mean, like my friends like make fun of me. They're like, "Oh, that's like your nerd soap opera. That's what that is. It's a nerd soap opera."
Hey,
I'm
man,
like,
everybody's got one of those. Some people like Firefly. Some people like Doctor Who.
Oh my god, I love Firefly.
Some people like Avatar: The Last Airbender. It all depends. It's all good. So we've been going for about 2 hours. So let's cut this off here. Okay. So let everybody know where they can find you.
So pretty much my handle is the same everywhere on everything. It's pinup_bunny, and bunny is spelled BUNI.
All right. And then what platforms are you on?
I am on Facebook. I'm on the Instagrams. I am on Snapchat. I have Twitter, but I'm really not on there. Like literally not on there. Oh, actually not even on Twitter. That's not my handle on there. I don't know what it is.
Well, send it to me. I'll put it in the link. Yeah. So send me all your links to all your stuff. They'll be in the description down below. So if you guys want to get into her heart, buy her stuff on her wish list, support her on her Snapchat, and learn some Doctor Who, you dumb fucks.
Yes.
All right, guys. So thank you for coming. I'd really appreciate it. It was great having you. And hey, when you get better at your dumb stuff, let me know. And I hope things get better, and I hope you keep doing your thing. Yeah. All right, so everybody, you guys have a good night. Thank you for coming. Bye.